Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Tuesday, July 30th, 2024, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $ORION NWSF or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got the Seattle Mariners versus the Boston Red Sox, game number 2 in the set. First pitch is going to be here in roughly 10 minutes. So let's cue up the music, take a look at the thumb, and we will go over the starting lineups. Let's get it, baby. And on the thumb, on the left, we got Randy Arozarena. And on the right, we got the Red Sox stud, Rafael Devers. Now let's get into the starting lineups here first for the Seattle Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners at center field, Victor Robles. Batting second, playing left field for Seattle, Randy Arozarena. Batting third, catching tonight for the Mariners, it's big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Making his debut at first base, and it looks like he's going to be our first baseman moving forward since we ended up sending Locklear down to AAA Tacoma. Welcome to the Seattle Mariners, Justin Turner, former Dodger and Red Sox, now Seattle Mariner. I am excited. Batting fifth, playing second base, Jorge Polanco. Batting sixth, playing third base this afternoon, Dylan Moore. Batting seventh, DHing today for Seattle, Mitch Garver. This one's a little bit of a head scratcher since we have Vossler still, waiting, kind of like to be able to emerge. I mean, he's gotten a hit every single game, so I don't really know why we're playing Garver over Vossler, but hopefully Garver will have a good opportunity here tonight DHing. Otherwise, Voss will take the job. At least we think so. Batting eighth, playing right field, Mitch Haniger. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, another head scratcher, Leo Rivas. And on the mound for the Mariners, La Piedra, Luis Castillo. 8-10 record with an ERA of 3.38. And I know a lot of Mariner fans, were thinking that we were going to get Pete Alonso. We were going to get Cody Bellinger. We were going to get Bo Bichette. We were going to get Vladimir Guerrero Jr. We were going to get Luis Robert Jr., but we didn't get anybody else besides JT Chargois. And he used to be on the Mariners as a bullpen guy, so he's coming back to the Mariners from the Miami Marlins. So we only really made 4 moves. We got JT Chargois today, right? We got Jimmy Garcia a few days ago. We obviously have Randy Arozarena, and then we picked up Justin Turner. So if you think about it, 2 hitters, right? And we got 2 guys in the bullpen. And you could argue right now, since none of the big names ended up really moving, we got the biggest name in the trade deadline in MLB. We got Randy Arozarena. No one else has got a bigger name than this. So I feel that we got an A, obviously, or A or A plus, here in the trade deadline compared to a lot of the other teams that are out there. You got a nice wily vet in Justin Turner who can end up playing DH or first base. We got 2 bullpen guys to actually bolster that bullpen. And I like Turner and Arozarena. So I'm not sure if we're good enough to make an ALCS or a World Series, but Randy Arozarena, right? We got Justin Turner, Jimmy Garcia in the bullpen, 3-0 record with an ERA of 2.70. And then a little bit more stability today from JT Chargois, the former Mariner. So we'll see how it goes. But so far, so good. A lot of names didn't get moved, and we'll just have to kind of see how things play out. Now let's get into the starting lineups for the home Boston Red Sox. Now Boston, You guys came out with a fire lit into your ass after playing the Yankees. You beat us up 14-7. But again, it was at one point like 14-1. So for them to be able to put up 6 runs when most teams would have given up, I think we're going to have a good chance to be able to win game 2 and 3. Hopefully we don't give up 14 like we did in game number 1. I like the effort that I saw. Now let's get into the Boston Red Sox lineup. Leading off for the Red Sox in center field, you saw him in the MLB All-Star game get the MVP with that blast late in the matchup. Center fielder, Jarren Duran. Absolute stud. Batting second, playing right field, Wilyer Abreu. Batting third, one of my favorites on Boston, a sleeper. He's DHing here in the 3-hole, Masataka Yoshida. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, their best player on the roster, third baseman, Rafael Devers. Batting fifth, another stud in the lineup, left fielder, Tyler O'Neill. Batting sixth, playing first base for Boston, Dominic Smith. Batting seventh, catching tonight for the Red Sox, Connor Wong. Batting eighth, playing second base for the Red Sox, David Hamilton. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, Ceddanne Rafaela. And on the mound for the Red Sox, a former Seattle Mariner and Dodger. He's been back and forth with the Red Sox a few times. Obviously, I always root for him to do well. 8-2 record, an ERA of 4.43. It is James Paxton. This one is going to be hard to win, and hopefully we can rough up James early and often, but he has been a pretty solid pitcher so far this season. 8-2 record, 4.43 ERA. And like I mentioned multiple times on the stream, make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health. It's the most important thing you can do every single day. So, depression, anxiety, a lot of these things that people are going through, as well as addiction. If you feel like you're going through the darkness a little bit, make some minor adjustments to your daily routine to help you get yourself back to your normal self to win the day. Put a little bit of effort out, eat a little healthier, exercise a little bit more, listen to music, spend time with your pets, hang out with friends, make sure you go to a safe place like the NWSF and have fun every day. You make these minor adjustments to your daily routine, it can help you come out of the darkness a little bit quicker and win the day. Let's go, baby. Seattle Mariners versus the Boston Red Sox. First pitch is going to be here in roughly 2 minutes. Game 1 was a 14-7 shellacking by Boston, and hopefully the Mariners can end up giving their A effort here today, and we can tie up the series. Let's go, baby. And again, on every single stream, we're going to be shooting for 20 likes within the first hour, 30 to 50 overall. We hit over 50 yesterday, so thank you guys so much. And then we'll always be shooting for 100 in the donos on every single stream. And you can donate through Venmo, Cash App, or the YouTube Super Chat. Let's go, baby. Matt in the building. What's good? Let him know. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you do have a Twitter/X account and you want to like and retweet the post of me going live here, it would be greatly appreciated. It'll give us more people here in the room. And again, just like Matt said, let's get to 100 in donos. Let's get it. Captain Oreo in the building. Let's go, baby. Trident's up. Let's get it. It's not always going to be easy. Steven in the building. What's good? How are you, brother? It's crazy. I ended up going to see Paxton a long time ago when they played the Royals, and he had like 11 or 12 Ks, and the Mariners won 1-0. And it was slightly after when he was in Minnesota on opening day when he had that eagle, go on his shoulder, and then they ended up making a bobblehead of the James Paxton incident. And I actually have it here in my room. It's still in the box with the eagle on the shoulder. It's actually one of the more unique Mariner bobbleheads, even though he's not on the team anymore. Now, I normally root for guys like him, but today, obviously, I got to be rooting for Seattle. But hopefully we can see a decent outing by both pitchers this afternoon. Let's go, baby. Megan in the building. How are you? Okay, no problem. Miles in the building. How are you? Positivity all around, man. $20 holla. I appreciate you. You're always grinding and always showing mad love. Stacks on stacks. racks on racks, a little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. Let me know what I can do for photos for you. If you're going to be busy for about an hour, let me know, and I'll try to sprinkle them in as well as I can. Thank you so much. We're at 20, 80 to go to hit the goal. Let's go, baby. And it's not like James is invincible. I think we can definitely rough him up, but again, he's got a pretty solid record. And if you look at the bats that he has behind him, I mean, we just saw a little bit of a preview of Jarren Duran, Masataka Yoshida, Rafael Devers, and Tyler O'Neill. Like, if you're not familiar with those 4 players, wake up. These guys are fucking solid. And again, some teams didn't really make a lot of moves during the trade deadline, but you could argue, thank you, Megan, for the like and share on the Twitter/X, as well as Matt, but you could argue the Mariners might have had the best trade deadline out of any team overall. We got the biggest name in Randy Arozarena. Justin Turner obviously looks like he's going to be our everyday first baseman. We got 2 guys in the bullpen. So I really like what we did, and I think most people would grade what we did as an A. Now, if, Bo Bichette, Vlad Jr., Luis Robert Jr., Pete Alonso, Cody Bellinger, if those guys were actually available, and we ended up getting one of those guys, then it would have been an A++. But as you have seen, even guys like Andy Diaz didn't even leave the market. So a lot of it was a bunch of BS rumors, or those guys in those organizations with their GMs and owners wanted too much. So we got the biggest name out of all of free agency. So for Mariner fans, if you're complaining that we couldn't get Vlad or we didn't offer enough, we still have all our top prospects instead of Jonathan Clase, right? We still got Harry Ford, right? We still got Lazaro Montez. We still got Colt Emerson. We still got Cole Young. We got Ryan Bliss. We got Tyler Locklear, right? And we still got Voss, right? And on top of that, we added on some nice pieces. So I like what we did. First pitch from Paxton to Robles. There we go. Trident's up. Robles right out of the gates with a hit, and that's exactly what he needed. He's always going to be chasing that first pitch strike. Way to come out with that electricity, baby. Victor Robles, you the man. Next up, left fielder, the best acquisition at the trade deadline, Randy Arozarena. Let's go, baby. He hit his first home run for the Mariners yesterday, almost hit the foul pole, and maybe he can end up hitting another one here at the Green Monster. Let's go. Let's go, baby. All right, I'll try to squeeze those in. How much time do I have before you're going to be dipping out? You got how much time? You got 5 or 10 minutes? 219 average, 16 homers, 38 ribbies, but he's been much better as of late since June 1st. 0-1 pitch from Paxton to Arozarena right down the middle for a strike behind in the count 0-2. Okay, I got you. No problem. Let's go, baby. Let's get it. Let me get the Ansons queued up here because I know Megan's got a dip here. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Randy. 0-2 count to Arozarena. Big swing and a miss and a very rare strikeout for Randy. 1 away. Knuckle curve by Paxton. He's got some nasty pitches, and he doesn't have the same velocity of 97, 98 when he was on the Seattle Mariners back in the day. But if you take him for granted, he'll smoke it. So hopefully we can get it done. Next up, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. Popped up a mile into left field. 2 away. I'm going to see if I can pull up about 8 or 10 photos for you before you got to go here. Try to do a little bit of everything. Next up, making his debut for the Seattle Mariners. Can't wait to see more photos of him in his Seattle Mariner uniform as Randy Arozarena as well. Justin Turner. Let's go, JT. And JT, he can end up playing, DH or first base, but since Locklear went down to AAA and we let go Ty France, and he ended up going to the Reds. So Justin Turner is going to be our everyday first baseman moving forward. And instead of Mitch Garver at DH, we should have Jason Bossler be our everyday DH for the rest of the season. I know that Scott Service isn't going to do that. Rafe at second. There we go, Robles. But if it was me and I was managing the team, Garver really wouldn't be playing that much. I would definitely, be having Bossler. Bossler's got a hit every single game that he's played so far. So why are we punishing him when he's doing well, right? So hopefully they'll figure that out. And then at shortstop, why is Leo Rivas playing? Demo should be playing shortstop, and then we should have Rojas at third base. So, again, I know Scott Service wants to be able to move some guys around and platoon some guys, make sure everyone is happy. But if we're trying to end up winning the division over the Houston Astros and the Texas Rangers, we're not going to be able to make everybody happy. You're not there to make friends. You're there to be the fucking manager, and you're there to try to get us into first place, right? So this is a little mind-boggling to me after getting our ass kicked 14-7, that we have Garver at DH and Rivas at shortstop. But who knows? Maybe Rivas can bunt a couple times and move guys over. I don't know. But hopefully it ends up working out. And then if they end up sucking, then maybe we'll have some pinch hitters late in the game in the 7th or 8th. But at that point, it might be too late. 2-0 pitch to JT. He fouls it back. 2-1 count. I got most of these loaded here for Megan because she's going to be out the door here in a second. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Justin. I got all the photos. Let's go, baby. And I know he's got a newborn that's like 3 months old there back in Toronto, because obviously that was the last team that he played on. Very familiar, fan favorite for me and my dad when he was on the Dodgers, went to the Red Sox, then went primarily to DH for the Blue Jays. So it's nice for him, to be able to get a chance to play every day now with Seattle. 2-2 pitch from Paxton to Turner. Let's go, JT. Chops that one foul. And one thing about Justin Turner, even though he might be a little older and he's creeping up on 40 years old, he's 39, I believe, he doesn't strike out that much. He gets really good contact, and he's a great guy in the clubhouse, and I think that a lot of people are really going to, be able to respond to, his good vibes. I really like this addition with Justin Turner. 2-2 pitch. There we go. Pull it. Yes. There we go. Go, baby, go. Safe. And Justin Turner is out because he got a little aggressive going to second, but he got his very first hit for the Seattle Mariners, and it ended up being an RBI. 1-0 Mariners. There we go. I mean, Justin probably could have ended up just staying there, at first base, but at least Robles came home before he got tagged out, so I'm okay with it. Nice job, Justin. And that's how you get on a fan's good side, right? Your first at bat, you're working the count, you're fouling off pitches, right? And then you end up getting a nice little hit. Maybe should have stayed at first base, but again, end up getting that nice RBI, and Robles with that speed, obviously diving in at home. 1-0 Seattle. Those are certain instances where I'm not going to get too mad. Now, if he would have been aggressive and he would have got tagged out before Robles scored, I would have been like, what the hell are you doing, you idiot, right? But he timed it right, and we got a nice 1-0 lead. Squeeze in some photos here for Megan, since I know she's got to get going here. $20 holla, 80 to go. But a great start for the Mariners and a great start for Justin Turner and Victor Robles. Let's go. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. We want to get 20 likes within the first hour, 30 to 50 overall. We hit 50 plus last night, and hopefully we can do that here again. Let's go, baby. I'm going to squeeze in a little Pete here for you real quick as well. See if I can squeeze in one or two of those for you. Football season right here around the corner. Hall of Fame game 2 days away. Appreciate you. There we go. Now on the mound for the Mariners, La Piedra, 8-10 record with a 3.38 ERA, Luis Castillo. First pitch to Jarren Duran right down the middle for a strike. 0-1 count. Got to be very careful with this first 5 batters here for Boston. Saw what happened to Logan Gilbert yesterday, and that one got really ugly really fast, but at least they didn't give up. And I like that. Again, I told you guys if they ended up getting to 4 to 5 runs, instead of just losing 14-1, we'd have a much better chance winning game 2 and 3 instead of just rolling over and dying and getting swept. So hopefully Castillo can pitch 6 solid innings, and I think we're going to have a good chance today and tomorrow. We got Castillo today, Kirby tomorrow, and it looks like we're only going to win 1 out of 3. But if we win here today, we're going to have a good chance tomorrow with Uncle Mo and that momentum. Let's go. Julio's not coming back until after the road trip. So he's not going to be back now. He's not going to be back when we go to Philadelphia on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But after that, that's when Julio supposedly might be ready. And that's what they're saying, based on social media that I've been reading. Let's go, baby. 1-0 Mariners. Reflect in the building. What's good? Big swing and a miss. $10 holla. Let's go. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks. A little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. Let me know what you want to do for your photos. And I got you. Good start with Luis Castillo, La Pietra. $10 holla. Let's go, baby. Next up, right fielder Wilyer Abreu, batting .268 so far here in 2024. But I haven't seen too many games where we got our ass kicked like yesterday. It was miserable. Let's not get it twisted one bit. But I do think we're going to play much better. And a lot of times when you go cray-cray and you go crazy with runs in one game, usually there's a little bit of a drop-off, not only for the Mariners, right? When we score big runs like 10, usually the next game we only get like 1 or 2. Now with Boston, they can go 14 and the next game they can go 8. But I'm hoping that they get 4 runs or less and we can get 4 or more, and that way we can end up squeezing out a victory here in game number 2. 1-1 pitch to Abreu, popped up a mile. Rosarina is there. There we go, baby. 2 away. Let's go. Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. I'll have more photos for you when you get back. Go Mariners. Rules in the building. What's good? Sarah in the building. What's good? Yeah, well, you already knew that they were going to give up a lot, but the Padres are legit. You got to think they might be the only team in the National League that's kind of like borderline wild card. That I don't think the Dodgers, Phillies, or Braves want to play the Padres, because in reality, the Padres, if they get healthy with their pitching staff and their hitters, they actually could upset the Dodgers, the Phillies, and the Braves, or the Brewers. I honestly believe that. And I wouldn't say that if I didn't really believe it. Now, will they do that? That is yet to be seen. But I know if I was in the National League, I wouldn't want to fucking play the Padres in the playoffs. I'll tell you that right now. Little dribbler, and there is no play at third base. Masataka Yoshida is a gem. He's a stud, man. Very good player. Very underrated. Again, if you got Jarren Duran, awesome player. Yoshida, awesome player. Devers, all-star. O'Neill, sleeper. Like all 4 of those guys can get you 20 to 30 home runs, a piece. That's crazy. And they're really good at contact hitting and pulling the baseball as well. Pitches inside. 1 ball and no strikes to their best player overall, Rafael Devers. Let's go, baby. Yeah, 14-7, definitely getting us ready for football season. But again, you don't like to see so many runs come on us that early, where it's like you're like, this is what we're watching. It's like you have no hope. But I definitely felt that, if Rosarina didn't give up and Cal didn't give up, which they didn't, and they both went yard, that it could carry over to this game. And, nice hit right down that right field baseline. He gets a stop sign at third base. And now we got runners on second and third for the Red Sox with 2 outs. We need to get out of this jam. 24 doubles for Devers this season. He is a stud. And talking about studs, here's another one. Left fielder Tyler O'Neill. We got to be really careful that we don't go right down the middle, because he'll go yard or he'll get a big RBI, and it'll be 2-1 Boston in a wink of an eye. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I don't think Dodger fans really care, Captain. I don't know. I'm not sure which ones you saw on socials, but he hasn't been on the Dodgers for a minute. You know, he went on the Dodgers for a while. Then he was on the Red Sox. Obviously, went to the Blue Jays as a DH guy, not really an everyday player. So it's been a long time since he's been on the Dodgers, the years. So, it's not like the Dodgers were going to bring him back. I don't know, what Dodger fans you saw that were upset, but, I'm happy that we got him. And he's old. He's not a young player, and he's almost 40. He's like 39. So he's kind of, getting towards, the end of his career, but hopefully he can end up still bringing some good heat for us, at first base. Popped up, and we're going to get out of this inning, baby. Victor Robles is there. Let's go. I like that shit, baby. Let's go. Miles with a 5er. Appreciate you. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks with a little cactus jack. Bang, bang. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. You can donate through the YouTube Super Chat, the Cash App, or the Venmo. Let's go, baby. Let me know what you want to do for photos as well, and I got you. Let's go. Anything you want to see reflect photo-wise, let me know. But I think that, the value for Vlad and Bo and for Luis Robert Jr. and Pete Alonso and Cody Bellinger was probably too high. And then, it probably got to a point where they just said, no, we're not going to trade those guys. So a lot of rumors get circulated. But if you really look at all the players that were moved, you could argue the Mariners had, the best, overall pickups out of anybody with Randy Arozarena. He's the biggest name out of anyone that got moved. So, of course, we were thinking Pete Alonso and, okay, maybe he'll get moved, or, maybe Cody Bellinger, even though he got hurt, or Luis Robert Jr.'s name was floating out there, and Bo Bichette and Vlad Jr. Now, Vlad would definitely have been the biggest name overall, and it would have been amazing for us to be able to get him. But again, we would have had to give up probably 3 of our top 50 prospects, probably Harry Ford, Colt Emerson, and Cole Young. And for me, that's a no. So we kept everybody. We still ended up getting 2 bullpen guys and 2 guys that can hit, good guys in the clubhouse. And I think that, we ended up having a decent, period of, the trade deadline. It could have been a little bit better. Yeah, it could have, if we could have gotten another bat and another bullpen guy, but getting 4 guys, it's kind of around our wheelhouse. It's usually around 4 or 5. So we'll see where it goes, but I like what we did. All right, let's see who's up here next for the Seattle Mariners. And we got George Kirby on the mound tomorrow. I like our chances for that one too. Next up, for the Mariners at second base, he can't defend, but he definitely is starting to be able to get good contact hits, and every once in a while he'll homer. Jorge Polanco. Polo pops up a mile, and that one fades foul into about the 10th row, thank God. And maybe I can give Polo a little extra luck. I mean, I can't help you with your defense because you're fucking terrible at D, but maybe you can end up getting an unexpected home run for us here tonight. Let's go, Polo. Yeah, Justin Turner was good with the Dodgers when he was there. I mean, he was a part, back when they had their World Series run, when they ended up being champions. He was one of the really solid role players. Everyone loves Big Red, man. He's a really cool dude. Like, once you hear him interview, he can get along with the vets. He can get along with the young guys. He can get along with guys that just got called up. He can be like a mentor to a lot of the guys. He's got a cool personality, and I think that a lot of Mariner fans will fall in love with him. Big swing and a miss, and there goes Polo. Nice pitch by James Paxton. 1 away. We'll give Paxton some love. Paxton obviously was a former Mariner as well. Next up for Seattle, it's Demo Dylan Moore. And I would have rather have Rojas at third base, and I would rather have Vossler DHing, but again, I'm not Scott Service, and I'm not managing this team. But again, a little bit of a head scratcher. Demo, off the wall. Get in there for the double, Demo. There we go. But one thing that I can say is Demo has been hitting a little bit better as of late compared to Rojas. So I guess if you want to give him a chance to platoon in many places, in the outfield and in the infield, second base, shortstop, third base, outfield, wherever they need him, DH, whatever, first base, they're going to let him play. And he is our number 1 platoon guy. Sometimes he plays good, sometimes not so much. But at least as of late, he's been pretty good. Nice job, Demo. Next up, DHing for the Mariners, Mitch Garver. And if this was me, 100%, why the hell are we not playing Jason Vossler? Vossler's got a hit in every single game since he's got called up from the Tacoma Rainiers, and sometimes it goes against left-handed pitcher, right? They don't want to have a left-handed batter. But if it's me, I don't care. Vossler can still hit against a left-handed pitcher better than Garver can as a right-handed batter, in my opinion. So I know that's why Vossler isn't at DH, but for me, it's all about the player, and I think that Vossler can hit against lefties or righties. It doesn't matter. He led the PCL in RBIs for the entire league, right? So why not give him an opportunity to shine? We already know what we have out of Garver. Like for Garver to help, he's got to get hit by a pitch or get walked. Every once in a while, you'll have like a 3 for 4 day, but most of the time it's 0 for 4 or 1 for 4. So I don't know. I would rather go with Vossler since we're not giving Bliss a chance. Locklear just got sent down today to AAA. Vossler might be the only AAA guy that stays on this ball club the rest of the year. So why not give him a little bit more experience? And I know it comes up from the top because we're paying Polo and, Mitch Garver 10, 11 million a piece this year. So I think it's a little bit political based off the salary. But again, at the end of the day, it's who's the better player, Garver or Vossler? And it's Vossler. Garver pops up on a 3-1 count. 2 away. Next up, right fielder, Mitch Haniger. Let's go, Mitch. And I know a lot of people were surprised that we didn't deactivate Mitch Haniger before Ty France. But obviously with the injuries that we have in the outfield, that was one of the things that they were looking at just for extra depth. 204 average, 9 homers, 35 ribbies. Definitely a little over the hill. Hasn't really been the same player since a few years back, but hopefully Mitch can give us that unexpected RBI or home run, and maybe he can go 1 for 4 or 2 for 4 today. Ooh, Jonah Coleman. Let's go. Oh, okay. I got you, man. Good choice. One pitch. Big swing and a miss. Hopefully I'll be able to pull up a few. Haniger fouls that one off. 1-2 count. I think a lot of Husky fans are going to like Jonah Coleman committing to Washington there from Arizona. Haniger bloops one out there in the right field, and we leave one stranded. Or no, that's just 2 outs. Or no, that's 3 outs. I was going to say, didn't we already have 2 outs? There we go. End of the inning, 1-0 Seattle. Some of the reactions from the players confuse me right there. All right, let's see what we can go for photos here. And hopefully I can get them to convert. He's got athleticism, he's got power, and again, some of us are going to be familiar with the Pac-12, some of y'all aren't, and obviously the Pac-12 doesn't exist anymore, and so, we're in the Big Ten, and we're definitely going to be able to see what we're going to have, out of the 4 teams that got invited, right, with USC, and with Oregon, and with UW and UCLA. right, so the first like 4 or 5 are not converting over besides that nice one. Let's see if I can find something else here. Should be able to find a couple. That's definitely the best one so far. But it'll definitely be exciting to see how things kind of turn out as we go throughout camp there. And if you got someone else that you want me to be able to throw up, since there's limited pictures of Jonah, let me know and I'll be able to get you someone else. There's like I said, there's a bunch of Arizona ones. Hold on, I think I got one more that I think that will convert. But I think there's only like a few that are like good enough to put on stream. I got one more here. But a lot of the photos are still, stuff that's him in Arizona, but there's a few that they started to sprinkle in. Dominic Smith, double. Bottom of the second, 1-0 Seattle. Dominic Smith with his 15th double of the season. Dogs. I know Reflect loves that, baby. Sweet helmets, sweet uniforms, and it was really a pleasure to see Michael Penix Jr. do his thing last year. I got a couple of those Huskies on my Tampa Bay Bucks that I'm very excited to be able to see what they're going to do, including an Oregon Duck in Bucky Irving as well. So, I got a couple Ducks, couple Huskies. It's going to be very exciting to see how it all works out. And then let me go to my Instagram here, see if I can pull over. Rivas there for the out, one away. I'm gonna have to go to my own social account here. This is my last photo that, me and Paisley, we exercise a lot every day. But I normally don't kind of advertise it, like, oh, look at us, type of thing. But she does, obviously, she's very photogenic and she has a lot of personality. And sometimes she's a little bit hard to deal, obviously every, if you have a kitten or a puppy or a cat or a dog, or if you are, a mother or a father and you have a son or a daughter, there's going to be times where things are easy. And there's going to be also times where things are a little bit tough. But she's, the love of my life and obviously my best friend. And, I couldn't imagine living my life without her, the Paisley Pup. Next up is David Hamilton. Got him, baby. There we go. Nice job by Luis Castillo. I like that. Aaron Amoose has got to come out for that one. Let's go, baby. We're going to need a good outing, a solid 6 innings, and we're going to win this game or compete with the Boston Red Sox here at Fenway on the road. Nice job, Castillo. Next up for the Red Sox, Sedan Rafaela, the shortstop. Let's go, baby. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Help your boy out. Let's get to 20 likes within the first hour. 100 on the donos if we can. Let's go, baby. Appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed the pick. I got a couple other ones too, but we'll wait till as we get, in between innings and whatnot. 0-1 pitch. Rafaela. Throw to first, but I think they ended up calling that one dead there. Ray Rice, yeah. or like a MJD, or like a Maurice Jones-Drew. DJ Moore getting the paper. Lucas in the building. What's good? Yeah. She's got a lot of personality. Like I said, I mean, she's pretty much been by my side, and since she was 6 weeks old, and she's gonna have a birthday here in a few weeks, in about 2 to 3 weeks, and she'll be 3. And it's just crazy how time flies by so quick. So I really try to put in as much effort as I can with her. And I kind of get a little emotional too, because, obviously we know cats and dogs and kittens and pups, they don't live forever, so I want to make sure that I'm giving her the most attention, the most love, the most hugs, the most kisses, the most exercise, and the most, fun together, playing, tug of war, or playing catch with the ball. I want to make sure that I'm giving her the top 1% life out of any pup that's out there. And, she gives me love. I give her love in return. And it's a very fulfilling life that I've had. And it's probably been the happiest, 1 year of my life that I've had in quite some time. Bottom of the second, 1-0 Seattle. Runner at third with 2 outs, 2-2 count to Sedan Rafaela. Popped up. Should be a routine play here for the Mariners if it stays fair. And it does. Haniger is there. There we go. We leave another one stranded, baby. Let's go. And speaking of, she just walked in the room. Hello, Paisley. She said, "Oh, I heard my name." Let's see who's up next year for the Seattle Mariners. I think she wants to make an appearance. She's famous on YouTube now. Next up for the Mariners, shortstop, getting an opportunity to play a couple games as of late, which is kind of a head scratcher, Leo Rivas. Batting second, 1-for-1 with a run, center fielder Victor Robles. And batting third, 0-for-1 with a K, left fielder Randy Arozarena. She just wants to stay close next to Dad. All right, let's see where we're at on the likes. And I appreciate you, Sarah, for the like and the share. Shout out to Sarah, Megan, Matt, and Lauren for the like and the share on the Twitter/X for the post. And then let's see where we're at right now. How are we doing? Are we off to a good start? Looks like we're off to a decent start. We're at 18 likes. Nope, we just hit 20. There we go. We hit the number within the first hour. We're at 20. And we want to shoot for 30 to 50 overall. And we hit the first goal within the first 43 minutes. So thank you guys so much. Now the next goal will be 30 likes. So if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. And when Paisley is ready to make a performance and an appearance, I think she will. She just wants to lay down and stay close to Dad. Yeah, it was muggy today, but again, we have a heat wave coming to Oregon starting tomorrow. And then on Thursday, when we have the Hall of Fame game, it's going to be like 100 fucking degrees here. I'm not really looking forward to that. So, we had rain yesterday for the first time in 2 to 3 weeks. It was overcast today. So me and Paisley had a good walk this morning, but our early afternoon walk was a little muggy, even though it was cloudy. But we'll try to survive here in the next 10 days. But we have another heat wave coming here to Oregon, and I imagine Washington will get a little bit of that heat wave with Reflect as well. Leo Rivas in the box, 3 for 11 this season. Top of the third, 1-0 Mariners. Much better start than yesterday. 2-0 pitch to Rivas right down the middle for a strike. 2-1 count. Let's go, Leo. Pitch is inside. Wong tried to frame that with no avail. 3 balls and 1 strike to Leo Rivas. Big swing and a miss. Paxton with that heat. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count is full to Rivas. Come on, Leo. At least you got a pretty dope photo. Like, I found a couple different Leo Rivas photos, but this one was by far the coolest. I'm always trying to give you the HD and the 4K swag. So 3-2 pitch from Paxton to Rivas. Chops that one foul. He's battling at least. But I think I would rather have, another individual there playing at short, and, giving Hollywood Rojas a chance to, get his bat there. And I want Vossler to play more as well. But hopefully we can still find a way to win this game, even with this not, a perfect lineup. You're trying to be able to, make everyone happy and whatnot. And obviously Demo is playing platoon because JP is out and Julio is still out. But the Leo Rivas here at shortstop is, I don't know, it's a little weird. But, so far he's been decent in the last couple, opportunities. Punch out there on Rivas. Like, he can bunt. He's not going to really be like some amazing player for us. But I guess we'll have to monitor his performance as we move forward. And he strikes out looking right there. One away. Nice pitch by Paxton. Next up, center fielder, Victor Robles. And Victor has been probably the biggest surprise in Major League Baseball this year. I don't think anyone anticipated him being this good. He's playing like an all-star. And when we really needed someone to step up as a hitter, Victor Robles was that guy. And I'm very, very happy he's a part of this organization. Pitches inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. He's the only player hitting above 300 for the Mariners, and I think the only third player total that has cracked 300 this season. I know Hollywood Rojas did 300 to 350 in the 9-hole at the beginning of the year, but we haven't really had too many guys, crack that 300 number. It's very, very rare, and hopefully Victor and his good luck with his hitting can rub off on the other players, and we can get some good contributions, especially when JP and Julio come back. 2-1 pitch to Robles. Broken bat. Little dribbler. Throw to first. 2 away. Next up, left fielder, Randy Arozarena. Go, Randy. Swag. Let's get it, baby. Let's go. Pitch right down the middle for a strike. 0-1 count. And obviously the flow of this game is much, much better than yesterday. Yesterday, it was just, they missed a call. The ump missed a call that should have been a strike 3. Then they rifled off 7 or 8 runs. And when that happens, the game is over. And then it's like hit after hit, run after run. And it got depressing a little bit, but again, you have to stay positive. And the simple fact that they didn't roll over and die and lose 14-1, and they found a way to get to 7, I think it's really going to give us a strong chance to win these next 2 games instead of just fucking saying fuck it and giving up. Popped up, and that is out number 3, but we still got a 1-0 lead, and I really do like our chances today and tomorrow. Let's go. 2 out of 3 against Boston, and we might only win 1 out of 3. And when we go to Philadelphia, 2 out of 3 would be great, but we might only win 1 out of 3. But I'll be doing the game here today, the game tomorrow. We got the Hall of Fame game on Thursday, right? Bears and Texans. No CJ Stroud, no Caleb Williams, unfortunately, but it should still be fun. It's football, right? Then we got a Phillies game in Philadelphia on Friday. I normally would be doing the Philly game on Saturday, but we have WWE SummerSlam, so I'll be doing that instead. And then we'll be doing the Phillies game on Sunday. So we got a jam-packed schedule for the next 7 to 10 days. But I'm never going to miss a WWE pay-per-view, especially if it's going to be SummerSlam. If it's Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Money in the Bank. I mean, hell, it could even be one of the smaller ones. I want to make sure we're doing them. And the only reason that we typically would not do a WWE pay-per-view, if it ends up being like 5 a.m., here on the West Coast, and they have been doing a lot of international pay-per-views this season, this particular year in 2024, where they're going all over the globe, making that cheddar and making that money and promoting the WWE. But again, after missing a couple and seeing the results that they had, I vow not to miss any more. So hopefully we can end up having an amazing SummerSlam here this Saturday afternoon. Let's go. 1-0 Mariners. Anything else that you want to be able to see reflect photo-wise, let me know. Same thing ends up going for Miles as well. If there's anything else you want to see besides me and the Paisley pup, you let me know and I got you. I mean, I got other old photos of me and Paisley pup, but I'd have to go through my social media and kind of scroll down a little bit. We're at 35, 65 to go. And hopefully we'll get something on the Cash App and the Venmo. We haven't really had anything on that end in quite some time, and it's always nice to be able to, have something in there, because obviously with the Super Chat, I got to wait a month for it, and that's fine. But, you also have to have some kind of funds to be able to survive, throughout the month. So hopefully, and I know we usually will get that when we do wrestling streams. So once we do like SummerSlam, I know we'll end up probably getting Cash App, Venmo, Super Chat. We'll probably get a combination of the three. But hopefully we'll end up getting something on that Venmo or, Cash App side here in the next few days. Lucas in the building. What's good? Oh, they have it on Disney Plus in Brazil. For us, it's Peacock. They have the WWE network, and then it's on Peacock. But then after, we go into January, Netflix is going to be covering, I imagine, everything WWE, and I don't think there'll be a reason to have Peacock anymore for WWE after that, because I probably won't subscribe to it anymore. Little chopper, first base, and Jaron Duran grounds out, one away. That's unfortunate for you in Brazil, my guy. The Brazilian beast is back. How are you? Next up for the Red Sox, right fielder Wilyer Abreu. Paisley Pup went back to the couch. A little bit more of a comfortable seat. She's wanted to sit next to Dad. Spend a little bit of time. Yeah, there's always going to be, ways that you're going to be able to watch, certain things, like for the shows, at least for like Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and AEW with like streaming links. But as far as like pay-per-views, that's a little bit harder. They do have streaming links for those as well. But a lot of times if you try to watch a streaming link for a WWE pay-per-view or AEW, a lot of times it'll like crap out. And then, the signal gets lost and then you have to try to find another one. Or at least that's how it was in the past. But for me, with the Peacock, I don't have to really go down that route. But I know friends that have gone down that route with the pain of just being able to want to watch a pay-per-view and not being able to. So, but it sounds like for you, it's regular shows either. Peacock doesn't work in. That sucks. That's tough. Bottom of the third, 1-0 Seattle. Let's go, baby. Let's see where we're at on the likes. Are we at 25 yet? Where are we at? Still at 20. We need 5 more likes to get to 25, 10 more to get to 30. Let's go, baby. 2-2 pitch to Abreu. Pitch is outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Luis Castillo. Castillo doing much better, La Piedra, than we had from Logan Gilbert yesterday. A very rare shit performance. But it was a combination of Logan Gilbert not really hitting his spots, bad umping, and then the Red Sox just being beast and just being awesome yesterday. I mean, you just can't hate on them. I mean, they got great players. Duran, Yoshida, Devers, and O'Neill. I would take them on the Mariners. They're awesome. Next up for the Red Sox, DHing for Boston, Masataka Yoshida. The Asian persuasion. And it's nice to be able to see more of these Japanese-born players and Asian-born players making an impact on the MLB side. You're always going to get the Caucasian players, you're going to get the brothers, you're going to get the Cubans, you're going to get the Puerto Ricans, but it's nice to be able to also see a bigger number, of the Asian representation in the MLB. And not only are they coming to MLB, a lot of them are pretty fucking good. It's not like they're scrubs or they're like bullpen guys or, they're guys coming in and their ERA is like 9 or 10. Like a lot of these guys are not necessarily going to be like Ichiro, but or like a Hideo Nomo, with that wow factor when he first came in back in like 95 for the Dodgers. But, you're getting some guys that are really impactful, not just the Shohei Ohtanis, but many, many others, on many other teams, on the Red Sox, on the Cubs. You go through many teams, and it's nice to be able to see the growth. And there's a few more of these Japanese-born players that are going to be making it over to the United States in the next 5 years. Very exciting time. 2-1 pitch. And look at that. Look at Yoshida's follow-through. Swing. Beautiful. Abreu pumps the brakes. There you go. Runners at first and second with one out. Time for a DP. Double play, baby. Let's go. Nice job by Yoshida. I've always liked Yoshida. Every time I see him play in any series, he dominates. I've never seen him have a bad game, ever. Next up, third baseman, Rafael Devers. It's time for a double play, baby. Let's go. Yeah, and then they were all worried that Yandy Diaz was going to go to the Rangers and the Astros or the Astros and the Yankees or one of the top teams and then the Mariners were just not going to do anything. Now, Yandy Diaz would have been great as an addition to the Mariners, but again, a lot of these big names that, were floating around, nothing happened. We didn't see Pete Alonso get moved. We didn't see Cody Bellinger get moved. We didn't get Luis Robert Jr. didn't get moved. Bo Bichette and Vlad didn't get moved. So, for everything that happened, I really like where the Mariners sit. And you could definitely say the Mariners had an A based off the, who we brought in and who we got and who we ended up giving up to get those players. I really like what happened with Seattle. 299 average, 23 homers, 64 ribbies. See, these are the type of numbers we want for Julio at this point in the season, and hopefully we will. 0-2 pitch. Uh-oh, back. Gone! Wow, 3-run blast by Rafael Devers, and that's why you got to be very careful when you pitch to Devers when guys are on base. And just like that, 3-1 Boston with one little swing. Wow, exit velo was only 96 miles an hour, but he ended up getting all of that home run. Nice home run by Devers. Now next up is Tyler O'Neill. But again, it doesn't feel as bad as it was yesterday when they kept pouring it on. And hopefully that's it. That's all they're going to end up getting with Castillo. And maybe we give up one more or two more with the bullpen. And hopefully we can get ourselves to 4 or 5 runs. And then we can end up winning this game 6-5 or 5-4. But we can't give up too much more than that. And that's kind of shitty for La Piedra. But when you're going against the boss, you better be on your shit with your zones. And you got to make sure you got good control and good location or they're going to make you pay. And they just did. That sucks, but it is what it is. Oh, I'm going to keep saying the double play. I'll be saying the double play for the Mariners, double play for the Red Sox. Yeah, I'm not the one pitching. 0-2 pitch, fouled off by Tyler O'Neill. And how often where you have guys at first and second and then they end up hitting a 3-run blast? It doesn't happen that often. You have a better chance of the person striking out or going into a double play than them hitting a home run. It's Rafael Devers, It's the player, not necessarily the situation every time, too. Bottom of the third, 3-1 Boston. 1 out. 1-2 pitch to Tyler O'Neill. Pitch is high and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. But now, even with JP and Julio out, I feel like we have another kind of aura and vibe, with the people that we have in the lineup, that now when we end up getting down 3-1, it doesn't feel like 6-1 like it did before when we were losing 20 out of 29 games. When we're down 3-1, it feels 3-1. It doesn't feel like 6-1 anymore. And that's the difference when you actually have players that can hit and the vibes have changed. So, I know in the past we were like, oh, this game's fucking fucked. Now we're down 3-1. It feels like 6-1. We're never going to catch up. But now with the additions of Justin Turner and Arozarena, Victor Robles is hitting well. Even with JP and Julio out, I feel like, most of us are still confident that we're going to be able to scratch and crawl our way back into this game. Now if they keep, hitting clutch hits and getting more homers, we're fucked. But, if we can keep it relatively into the 3 to 5 run range for Boston, I still think we can come back. I mean, we put up like 29 runs in the last 4 games. Wow, Haniger all the way towards the warning track. There we go. But the damage is done. End of the third, 3-1 Boston. Let's go. Still going to say it. Doesn't matter. Next up for the Mariners, big dumper catcher Cal Raleigh. Batting second, first baseman Justin Turner. And batting third, he can't play defense, but hopefully he can hit. Second baseman Jorge Polanco. And like I mentioned multiple times on the stream, make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health. Addiction, depression, anxiety, these are things that a lot of people are going through on the daily or every day. And, it's one of those things that's tough to talk about. But if you just make a little bit of effort in your daily routine, you can really turn your life around. Exercising more, eating healthier, putting yourself in a positive place and situation, making sure you're spending time with pets and family and friends, listening to music, doing these basic things can help you get out of the darkness, and it can help you win the day. Good facts. End of the third, 3-1 Boston. Let's go, Mariners. Let's go, baby. It's funny how a couple bats that you add to the lineup and a couple bullpen guys, and then the attitude changes, and the vibes change. And you got to think, the same type of vibes and feelings that the fans have, the players have it as well. And I don't think for the rest of the year, it's ever going to feel like it did when we had that, 20 out of 29 games, when we had 20 losses out of 29 games. And every time we played, it just felt like everything was doubled. If we were down 2-0, it felt like 4-0. If we were down 5-0, it felt like 10-0. If we were down 3-1, it felt like we were down 6-1. I don't think we're going to feel like that for the rest of the year. And that's a good thing. Pitching is good. Hitting is good. It'll get better with JP and Julio. And we're definitely going to be able to make a deep run, this season. How far we go is up to the players and obviously Scott Service. But I like our chances. I don't think that the Twins and Royals, Orioles, Yankees, and Guardians are that much better than us, since with, these additions that we brought in, and now we just have to gel as a team. 0-1 pitch to big dumper Cal Raleigh. Pops up. All the way to the center field, 1 away. Next up for the Mariners, first baseman Justin Turner. Let's go, JT. And we'll have some Mariner photos of him in the next few days once he gets more playing time and more photographers take more photos of him. Let's go, JT. He ended up getting us that first RBI, and he got his first hit right out of the gates. For any of the haters that thought that this was not a good pickup, again, he's a vet. He's likable. He can hit singles, doubles, triples, home runs. He's a pretty good defender. He can play multiple positions. He can play first, second, third, DH. I like it. Hopefully he can continue to keep raking. 1 for 1 with an RBI single in the first. I mean, the only fuck up he had in the first is maybe being too overly aggressive, trying to run to second. Maybe could have just stayed at first. No guarantee that anyone else was going to bring him home in the first inning. You never know. But I like what I see. 0-2 pitch. Pitch is inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And you got to think, with the 259 average, he's batting closer to 300 since June 1st. But he's used primarily in Toronto as a DH player. When he was on Boston and on the Los Angeles Dodgers, he was actually more of an everyday player. So this is going to be something kind of new to him compared to his role in Toronto. And I think he'll embrace it. And I think it's going to be a fun, rest of the year with the Seattle Mariners here with JT. Big swing and a miss, and there goes JT, Justin Turner, 2 away. Yeah, I mean, I think that a lot of, channels, they don't talk about it, or if they do, it's kind of something that's briefly talked about. But I'm always going to be a mental health advocate, for someone that, has gone through, depression and anxiety. And a lot of us have gone through like different types of addiction. It's something that is a hard thing to talk about, especially if you're a guy, and to be able to talk about those types of things. But I feel that, if you have a platform and, you can end up kind of connecting with your audience to, recognize that whoever the host is, you can have similar problems and it's like, oh, I can't relate to this person, but I try to be able to show that, you can be as human as possible. Just because someone's on Twitch or YouTube doesn't mean that they don't have the same problems as you at home. And, I've gone through some really, really bad, tough times and, to share my experiences. And I want to make sure that, we're going to be going over that every single day, and I know that, by going over those things, it'll help certain people that are going through it. Uh-oh, Polo. Back, come on, yes, sir. And I had a feeling that if we ended up showing the trident, that maybe Polo would be able to go yard, and there he is. Now, he can't defend. He sucks at defending at second base, but something has lit a fire in Jorge Polanco, and I like it. Solo jack by Polo, 3-2 Red Sox. Fuck yeah, let's go. Next up, third baseman Dylan Moore. Hell yeah. It's crazy. It's like the first player that we've booed in like 15 years. I mean, the only other player we typically boo is like Alex Rodriguez, but he's not even playing anymore. Like, that's the only player that most Mariner fans don't like, right? But as far as a current player, I can't really think of anyone else that we've really booed in the last 10 to 15 years. And to have a love-hate relationship with a player, and I love two-way players. I like guys that can defend. But, I mean, he makes me want to pull my hair out, at second base defending. But at least his bat is making up for it in the biggest way possible. Singles, doubles, and home runs. Nice job, Polo. I still get pissed off when you're out there playing shit defense. But when you get home runs like that, let's go. Well, again, that's why we end up having, guys like Lazaro Montes, Harry Ford, Cole Young and Colt Emerson waiting in the wings, because with Colt Emerson and Cole Young, those guys can play shortstop and second base, and they might end up taking over. Obviously they're necessarily maybe not taking over JP and Polanco right now, but again, we got a bright future if we keep on hanging on to those guys. Same thing with Lazaro Montes in right field. At one point in his career, if we end up bringing him up, and then Harry Ford could end up being a catcher, DH, or a guy that could end up playing third base, second base, shortstop. You can move Harry around too. Top of the fourth, 3-2 Boston, 2 outs, 3-2 pitch, Paxton to Moore, and he walked him. There we go. Yeah, I think that probably had something to do with it. Maybe a little bit of a fear of getting traded, But again, even with the fear of getting traded, to be able to get locked in and to hit homers is not easy to do. And especially when you're getting booed, like when you're like probably the most disliked player on the franchise, a lot of players can't come back from that. And I'm really happy that he did. He's definitely helped us win games and keep us competitive when we really needed it the most. Next up is Mitch Garver. Popped up a mile, and this is a wasted at-bat and opportunity for Mitch Garver at DH, and I know we pretty much used him there all season, but when you got a guy in AAA in the Pacific Coast League that's leading the whole league in RBIs, and a guy that's gotten a hit every single game since he's been called up, why the fuck are we not playing Jason Vossler at DH? I'm sorry to say, Garver, you stink. You're not good. You have a good 3-for-4 game every 1 out of 10 games, but most of the time you go 0-for-4. Once in a while you'll go 1-for-4, 1-for-5, but you're terrible. You're a backup catcher, but you don't even deserve to play right now. Haniger too. You guys are both like 33, but you're playing like you're fucking 43 or 53. Pisses me off. It is what it is. I'm not managing the team, but I know that we would get better results out of Vossler than we would out of Garver. And I don't know how many more games out of Garver that we need to see at DH of him going 0-for-4 for Scott Service to realize he ain't it. It took us 60 games to figure out Mike Ford was the one. And we've had Jared Vogelback, Carlos Santana. They get guys that are kind of chubbier, that have tree trunks for legs. They're either going to strike out or home run. You got Vossler. who doesn't have the build and the stature as like those guys. He's not built like a traditional DH. Who cares if he can hit? He can hit. Put him in at DH the rest of the season. We're going to win more games. When you sprinkle in Garver in there, you're fucking up the rotation. You know, but again, when you're paying a guy 10, 11 million a year, maybe it's pressure from the front office to play him. But to me, Garver doesn't deserve to play. You know, he's a backup catcher. Fine. You know, but DHing? No. Vossler, better. And I know I'm not the only one that thinks that either. Wasted opportunity there with Mitch Garver. Bottom of the fourth, 3-2 Boston. But at least we got a great home run out of Polo. And again, his defense is fucking terrible, but at least his bat has been as hot as anybody's on the Seattle Mariners. Nice job, Polo. And obviously today's pickup, JT Chagua, right? He was a former Mariner, brought him over from the Marlins. He'll be a bullpen guy with Jimmy Garcia, and got rid of Stanex, and we got rid of some of our bad pieces. There's Polo. Let's see if he catches it. There we go. At least he didn't drop it. One away. There we go. But for me, Polo is normally out of position. You know, that's my gripe about him. He's usually out of position, and his glove work isn't very good. Now, he's not as bad as like Gleyber Torres on the Yankees, who's got like the most fucking errors at second base out of any fucking player playing there, refuses to move, you know. But again, you know, that's not saying too much, you know, when you got guys that are notable names like Gleyber Torres and Jorge Polanco. But again, we want players that can play two ways, offense and defense. That's why we love JP and Julio, because they can do both. And hopefully Polo will get better, but he's got a long ways to go to prove that he can play defense. 0-2 count to David Hamilton. Let's go, Castillo. Let's go, La Piedra. Let's go, baby. Bottom of the fourth, 3-2 Boston. 1 out, 0-2 pitch to Hamilton. Almost hit him in the face and shoulder. Good reaction time by Cal Raleigh and Hamilton to back away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I don't know. There's only like 2 players that I just don't like, you know, and I never will. You know, Alex Rodriguez and Jose Altuve. That's it. I don't have anybody else that I hate or dislike. I don't even really want to use the H word in hate because I don't really hate them. I strongly dislike both of those guys. You know, but other than that, that's about it. You know, and as far as like baseball. But even Altuve, you know, with the cheating and whatnot, he's more likable than A-Rod, you know. And it's not necessarily just the steroids, and it's, you know, not necessarily him taking the big money. A lot of people would have. You know, obviously the Rangers offered 10 years, $250 million. I mean, who wouldn't take that at that time, right? But it's like, you know, people want to say, oh, you guys don't like him just because of the steroids and the PEDs. And then he ended up having success with the Rangers and Yankees. It's just who he is and his attitude, the way he talks and the way he talks down to people. You know, it's his overall aura and vibe and attitude and everything. It's like the full package of who he is. That's why we don't like him. It's not just the steroids and him leaving. You know, but again, some other fans of other teams want to point at it. Oh, the only reason you don't like him because he went to the Rangers and the Yankees for the money, you know, and the steroids and the PEDs, and you know. But it's much more than that. I mean, if anyone has ever watched Sunday Night Baseball when he was on there, I mean, your ears and eyes bled. Oh, Castillo just hit a batter. Uh-oh. Hopefully he's okay. Oh, he's down on the ground. Hopefully he's okay. Now they got the manager going up there. Yeah, but I mean, you know, let's be honest. There's a lot of people that hate Altuve and hate A-Rod, you know. Hate, strongly dislike, it almost is the same thing. Because if you take the cheating aside from Altuve, well, you know, what else do we really have against him? He's not like an A-Rod, you know, based off like the way he talks and treats people. So really the main reason we don't like Altuve because, you know, he cheated, he wore the buzzer, you know, the garbage cans, and he was kind of the leader of the cheating. You know, but also if you also notice, he's not the only one Carlos Correa gets booed everywhere still as well. He's number 2, as far as getting booed. Now, I don't got really a problem as much with Carlos Correa to Altuve, but it seems like every fan in every MLB ballpark, regardless of where Carlos Correa is on, he gets really loud boos, just like Altuve, and I don't think that's ever going to stop. But those are the only 2 that really get booed on the Astros that type of way. I haven't heard anyone else get booed loud besides those 2. But Correa is actually a really intelligent guy. I've seen him on MLB Network, break down hitting and going over baseball. And he'll probably have a job on MLB.com or ESPN in the future if he wants a job. He's really intelligent. It's kind of a damn shame, being on the Astros and the cheating and a little bit of your legacy is tarnished. But again, he's no longer there, but he still gets booed as if he were. But he's super intelligent, so I don't really got a problem with Correa, And really, I don't got a problem with Altuve's attitude or anything. It's just, he was like kind of the ringleader of the cheating, But it wasn't just him. You got to think there was a lot of guys that we don't know that were involved on that team, in that clubhouse, including the manager, that was in on that cheating. So maybe Altuve and Correa are getting the worst of it, but deservedly so. Bottom of the 4th, 3-2 Red Sox, runner at first, 2 outs. Jarren Duran in the box with a 1-1 count. You know who hates A-Rod the most? Jose Canseco. He follows me on socials, and he's always like, everyone has a good day, because obviously, Canseco loves J-Lo. And then J-Lo was with A-Rod, and then they broke up, and, J-Lo kind of bounces around, and dates different dudes and whatnot. But, Canseco fucking hates A-Rod with a passion. He always has some kind of fucked up funny post about him. All right, end of the 4th inning, 3-2 Red Sox. Let's see who's up next here for the Seattle Mariners. We're going to come back and win this game. No JP, no Julio, no fucking problem. And it's going to be really exciting to see how they, bolster this lineup. And I better see Vossler playing every day when JP and Julio come back, because that would end up giving us the best possible lineup that we could have. JP at shortstop, Julio at center field, right? And then just going down the list, Robles playing right field, Arozarena left field, Cal Raleigh at catcher, Justin Turner at first base, Polo at second, Rojas at third, or Demo, whatever you want. Vossler at DH over Garver. If we can end up having that, we're going to have one of the strongest 1 through 9s, and there's no weak links. The weakest link that you're going to say is going to be Demo and Rojas? And that's like a pretty crazy, weak link if you really think about it, because they've been actually getting a little bit better as of late. But if Demo's the worst person in the lineup, or Josh Rojas, that's crazy. It's very exciting to see where this team is going to go, obviously here after the trade deadline. And I'm really excited to see where, things kind of fall in the American League West with us, the Astros and the Rangers. I still think we're going to win the division. But we got to make sure that we're not playing guys that don't deserve to play, like Garver, Rivas. Why are these guys playing? But I know, it's a lot of it strategy-wise. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed pitcher, especially for the DH spot. But at some point, you got to throw those analytics out the window and go with the best hitter. Next up for the Mariners, right fielder Mitch Haniger. But for me, Garver and Haniger shouldn't even be playing, at all, period. Or very, 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 very rarely. There we go, Hanny. There we go. But you could definitely say A-Rod is probably the cringiest baseball player ever, and that's why Mariner fans don't want to associate, him being there. Yeah, it's you were there, but we don't claim you. You know what I mean? Because you're a disrespect to the game. Your attitude, and it's not even the contract and the money going to the Rangers. It's just you being kind of a fucking douchebag, and we don't want to have your Alex Rodriguez name, associated with the Mariners as being like a douchebag. So yeah, you probably had some memorable moments with us, but we're never going to claim you, as part of the Seattle Mariners. And I know that he did some interviews saying, oh, I hope you guys have forgiven me. And, I love the Seattle Mariners. Get the fuck out of here. I don't think there's probably only like 5 to 10% of Mariner fans that love A-Rod, and they appreciate him, for what he did on the Mariners. But a lot of those fans that say that, they didn't really follow his full career after the Mariners or Sunday Night Baseball or after he was done playing. Because if they actually followed his career after leaving the Mariners, they probably wouldn't be so high on A-Rod like they are. He's probably the biggest D-bag in baseball. I haven't really seen too many of those. Little dribbler. There we go. Yes, sir. Bunting is key, and Haniger goes to third. And what did I say? Bunting 2 to 4 times a game can be key. And Leo Rivas, obviously, with a great bunt attempt. And again, that's exactly the type of guy that should be bunting. But also, we got guys like Victor Robles who could bunt unexpectedly and also get on base as well. It doesn't have to be a guy that's shitty, that doesn't really get to play that much, that bunts. You also can do it with your good players as well to kind of throw off the pitchers. So, nice job. Runners at first and third with no outs. The comeback is real. Let's go. Exactly. Can you imagine once we get to be like 15th in offense? Top 5 pitching staff, top 15 in offense. Who knows how far we could go? I love bunts. Bunting is my favorite thing, in the game. I love O-line. I love D-line. Oh, look at this. And just as I say that, Robles attempted a bunt. It's like my ESP is on point. Like, I try to be able to kind of tune in on like what I would do if I was managing, like try to throw them off a little bit. And again, bunting has been very good for Seattle. And a lot of teams are very good at it, but they don't do it enough. A lot of times you only see like a bunt maybe once every 3 or 4 games. But if you started implementing bunting 2 to 4 times every single game, especially if you're striking out a lot, and popping up and grounding out, then you have to hope that you get walked or hit by a pitch. But if that's not plausible, why not bunt? As long as you're not a terrible bunter and it pops up in the air for a fly out, you're good. First base, third base, right up the middle, past the. Oh, he's safe at third. Ooh, that was close. Bases loaded, baby. Let's go. But I feel like Reflex said, it's a lost art. And, I love O-line on defense. I love O-line, D-line, defense, coaching, play calling. But I always like the unappreciated players and things, and, people that we don't do shifting anymore because they kind of banned it. But I like the little small intricacies of the game, the double plays, the triple plays, stealing home, and these crazy things that you don't really see that often. But I really feel if you had managers press and say, we're going to work on bunting today, the whole team, 1 through 9, imagine how much better teams would be. And especially if you could use those in situational baseball moments, not only in the playoffs, but in the regular season, that could be the difference between you bringing over a guy and winning the game rather than not. And I hope one day, Seattle will take it serious and then they'll work on, doing it 2 to 4 times a game. Because again, it could end up being a huge X factor that no team is really using out of the 30 teams in baseball right now. Whoever starts implementing that more in the future could end up being a powerhouse in baseball. Little dribbler. Oh, he fumbled the bag. Yes. No. He was safe. Bullshit. I need to see a replay, but we end up bringing one in. 3-3, we tied it up. I think Randy was safe. Let me see this again. He fumbles the bag, fumbles it twice. Safe! I think he got the front part of his foot in there. What do you guys think? Was that safe? I think it's safe. That's safe, man. I think he got the front of the foot on the bag. Replay that. They're not going to review? They're not going to review that? Review that. He was safe, man. He got the front foot of that. He got the pointer of the foot, like the big toe in the front of the bag. He's safe. Safe. He's safe. He's in there. He's in there within about a second before the ball goes into the mitt. Safe. My eyes are good, baby. Safe. Let's go. We tied it up. And again, initially when you end up watching, the game, usually your first gut feeling, that first, gut instinct, and you're not going to be right all the time, but usually that first look and then whatever you think, that usually is the correct answer. Just kind of like when you have gut feelings in life, your intuition, it's like that first feeling you get usually is the right feeling. But then when you start second guessing yourself, then you start going back and forth. You're like, oh, do I do this? Do I do that? But he's safe. Fuck yeah, baby. Let's go. And the vibes are so good in Seattle, man. And again, I'm telling you, that effort that we put in yesterday when we could have lost 14-1 and said, fuck this, right? And then just said, we're going to get our ass kicked. But they kept grinding. Rosarina with a homer, Cal with a homer. We ended up getting to fucking 7, right? It carried over into this game, and I love it. Next up, big dumper, Cal Raleigh with the bases loaded and no outs. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Hell yeah. Reflect with a tenor. Stacks on stacks. Racks on racks with a little cactus jack. Bang, bang. $10 holla. And I'm telling you this right now. We couldn't hit before when we were going against the Twins and the Royals and the Guardians and the Orioles and the Yankees. But with these new additions, on top of JP and Julio coming back, I really think that we are going to improve dramatically in the hitting as we get further and further along. And I think that we've already surpassed the Royals and the Twins, and now we're going to be right on par with the Guardians, Orioles, and Yankees. And as you have seen, just because you are a big name like the Yankees and Orioles, they still have moments when they go on a drought as well. So I really feel that we've moved up a couple spots instead of being the 6th best team out of the Royals, the Twins, the Mariners at the bottom 3, and then the Orioles, Yankees, and Guardians in the top 3. I feel we've already moved up. And instead of being maybe 6th, we're already up to maybe 4th now. I think that we've already made those proper moves in the bullpen and with new hitters with JT as well with Rosarina, JP and Julio coming back, obviously, momentarily. I think now we're right on par with the Guardians, Orioles, and Yankees, and anything could happen. I like what we're doing right here. Let's go. Stormbum in the building. What's good? Reflect with a tenor. Let me know what you want to do for photos. Appreciate you, my guy. 2-2 pitch, the big dumper. Let's fuck up Paxton here. Big swing and a miss. Struck him out. Next up for the Mariners, first baseman Justin Turner. And I'm a baseball fan, so you know what I mean? Like, I love me some Aaron Judge. I love me some Shohei Ohtani, Stephen Kwan has been great. Gunnar Henderson and Adley Rutschman are fantastic. And there goes James Paxton. And now we have a good opportunity here to be able to get in at least one more run. We got bases loaded with obviously only 1 out. And we know with the Mariners, a lot of times when we have guys at first and second, second and third, runners on the corners with no outs or even with 1 out, unfortunately for our bad luck, right, sometimes we don't get anything. Right? It's like the worst thing in baseball. Oh, we got bases loaded and no outs. We're going to score 1, 2, 3, or 4, and then we end up getting nothing, right? We end up striking out, going into a double play. You scratch your head and you say, what the fuck, right? But it feels a little bit different. The vibes feel different. The energy is different. And again, it no longer is going to be when we're down 3-1, where it feels like we're down double that, 6-1. Whatever the score is what the score is. We're down 3-1, it feels like 3-1. And instead of feeling it being 6-1 and it's doubled, we actually feel we're going to come back and win. In the past, when we went on that 20 losses out of 29 games, it kind of felt hopeless. Like we didn't have anything to really, root for. Like we were hoping that we would be able to turn it around, but we didn't have the right combination of players playing and the confidence in the aura. So I feel that, not only bringing in Randy and JT and bringing in a couple of these guys in the bullpen, yeah, they're names, but it's the vibes, the aura, and Stanton, DePoto, and Service actually pulling the trigger. Vibes have completely changed here in Seattle, and I like what we got going down here. And Victor Robles, you could argue, has been the biggest pickup in MLB as far as contending teams. where you get a player that no one expects anything from, and then the guy turns into an all-star. I don't think anyone anticipated, including us Mariner fans, that Robles was going to be this good. And if Robles wasn't this good, we wouldn't be this good right now, period. It's just crazy. I don't think I've ever seen an addition, that wasn't really like at the trade deadline, where we got in a guy for a bag of Cheetos and Doritos that was good 4 or 5 years ago on the Nats, and now is like a 300 hitter playing like an all-star. It's just crazy, but again, I guess it was just our time. All right, we got Zach Kelly coming in, top of the fifth, 3-3, bases loaded, 1 out. Let's go, baby. We're at 45, 55 to go. Vibes are completely different from yesterday as well. First pitch to Justin Turner. And Justin Turner, again, even though he's a little bit older, I think that he doesn't strike out as much, right? And I feel that we have more confidence than Ty France or Tyler Locklear with Justin Turner. And again, he also has the flexibility to DH, as well if they want to move Vossler to first base, right? And then you can move JT to DH. So I like the flexibility. And a lot of people don't realize Justin Turner can play second and third emergency if needed. He's done it with Toronto. He's done it with Boston on the Dodgers. Now, they're not going to put him there unless it's an emergency, but he's got the flexibility to do it if we get to that point, if there's injuries. But normally it's going to be DH at first base. He bobbled it, run to first base, and he's out, but he brings in a run. There we go. Rivas comes in, 4-3 Mariners. Nice job, Justin Turner. First game for the Seattle Mariners, and he's already got 2 RBIs. And so for all those people that were saying, he's washed, he can't do it. Obviously, you have not been paying attention to Justin Turner's career. And I remember talking with my dad. We loved Kike Hernandez and Justin Turner. And when they went to the Red Sox, we were sad, And now to be able to see, Kike back on the Dodgers and to see Justin Turner go from the Dodgers to the Red Sox to the Blue Jays now to the Mariners, I'm super excited, man. It's always nice to be able to bring in a guy that you rooted for back in the day and to see him have this positive effect on the club in the game number 1. Next up, 1 for 2, a guy that can't play defense worth a shit, but again, he definitely can do something with the bat, Jorge Polanco. And we ended up flashing this at the beginning of the game, and he delivered. Let's go, baby. Can he do it again? Who would have thought that Polo could be a guy that could turn shit around as well? Getting booed. And I think he was one of the only few players that was getting booed this year by their organization's fans. There wasn't really too many other guys that were playing like Polo that were getting booed by a majority of the stadium. And for him to be able to turn his bat around, pretty surprising. Almost falls down on that, though. We got runners at second and third with 2 outs. 1-2 count. That shouldn't have been a strike, but it almost hit him. How are you going to call him going around when he almost got hit? That's a ball. Boo. Serves go out there and get ejected. Sometimes you got to light a fire into the team. Go out there, yell at that ump, get ejected, and then we end up winning this game. Situational ejection. Come on, Scott. Be Lou Piniella. Think, baby, think. 1-2 pitch from Kelly to Polanco. Pitch is low and into the dirt. That would have been a great time to do it, too. It's not like we're going to need Scott Service's input the rest of this game. Top of the fifth, 4-3 Seattle. Runners at second and third with 2 outs. Come on, Polo. That was bullshit for him to get a strike there. He almost hit him, and he was just trying to gain his balance, and they had him going around. Dumb. This ump is terrible. What is it, Angel Hernandez's brother? Fuck. 2-2 pitch from Kelly to Polanco. Pitch is outside on the corner. Makeup call. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Come on, baby. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Help your boy out. Where are we at? 4 more likes to 30. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. We better get a walk here. Come on now. 3-2 count. Polo with the good eyes. Someone's got contacts. Let's go. Let's go. And that's only fitting, because if he would have got struck out there, I would have been so pissed. And then again, you got to be able to, show your frustration as a manager as well. Next up, third baseman today, Dylan Moore. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Demo. Exactly. You're on it, man. You're on it. Lots of umps need glasses. And then you know what? Uh-oh, Demo. Demo. Back. Whoa! Top of the green monster almost went all the way. Run. You know what? If Dylan Moore keeps playing like this, Reflect, Josh Rojas is not going to get his job back. You know, like if you're going to be able to play like this, maybe we need to put Demo at third base over Rojas, and Rojas will have to, be a floater, a platoon player. Wow. 7-3 Mariners. What did I tell you guys? I told you we were coming back. I told you after that ass whooping yesterday, we're coming back, baby. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. And I feel bad for Josh Rojas and Luke Raley, but at the end of the day, if Demo's playing better, keep playing him. Let's go. Next up, DHing for the Mariners, Mitch Garver. Substitute Voss, and we're good. Hell yeah, baby. Oh, he missed that home run on that green monster barely. And if that was any other stadium but Fenway, that was a home run. I mean, that fucking wall is insane. Nice job, baby. I love being able to see guys that are like low guys that are like role players, like exceed the expectations and end up being a big factor of us winning a game. Dylan Moore, my boy, let's go. Hell yeah, 7-3 Mariners. Just like that. And you got to think, going into this game, James Paxton, 8-2 record with a 4.43 ERA. But when a team scores 14 one day, they usually have a drop-off. And that's exactly what happened. Game is not over yet. We're only halfway through. But again, I still think that we have a good chance of winning today and tomorrow. We got George Kirby on the mound. And yes, we play in the early afternoon. It's at 1 o'clock. And normally we're not very good in the early afternoon, but I think that the momentum will carry over from today to tomorrow. And if Kirby can go 6 innings, I think we're going to win tomorrow. Let's go. 3-1 pitch to Garv. Chop that one behind the plate, foul. And this is a lot more enjoyable than watching a 14-1, ass whooping that we had yesterday. To be able to complete that stream was very tough. And half of the people left, and then we had people come back like Captain Oreo, and then we had Orazarena, Homer, and Cal Homer, and we ended up getting to 7 runs. But I told y'all, if we end up getting to 4 or 5 runs, it's going to carry over to tomorrow, and it simply has. Let's go. Darren in the building, what's good? Let's go. Effort is contagious, and again, a lot of people were like, oh, it's 14-1. You could have, but again, it's all about what you do in adversity that shapes you as a man and a woman. Everyone can jump up and down and be excited when you're up 14-1, and you can just give up, right? If you're the opposing team like the Mariners. But if you keep fighting and you keep battling, that shit will carry over. The fans recognize it. The manager recognizes it. The front office recognizes it. And if you put up 7 runs like they did, yeah, we ended up getting our ass kicked. But 14-7 is a hell of a lot better than 14-1. And I like what we're doing here today. Here we go. Let's go, baby. It was still a good stream yesterday. But let's be honest. We lost half of the viewership. We had a good chance of getting 70 to 80 likes in that stream and we ended up having over 1,300 views, which was awesome, right? But instead of a bunch of Boston fans coming in and talking shit and just, us being fucking miserable, being down 14-1 and we got it to 14-7, it could have ended up being like a much bigger stream if we were a little bit more competitive. But again, it's baseball. It's a long season. We're going to go up and down with this team, and again, it's not always going to be peaches and cream. It's like, when you watch the NFL, it's really hard to be able to rock your gear after a tough loss. But the people that do are separated on the different levels of fandom. You have bandwagon fans, you have fair weather fans, you have average fans, right? You have the regular fans, you have the hardcore fans, and then you have the fanatics. And again, when you're a fanatic, you rock the gear no matter what, even if it's painful. It's like, oh, Monday Night Football, your team lost, 42-3. How many people do you think would be wearing the jersey or hat to work the next day or out in public? Only a very small percentage, because a lot of them are still butthurt after that bad ass whooping, and then as a few days pass, as we get closer to Thursday Night Football, maybe you'll rock the gear. It takes a special individual to be able to rock the gear when your team sucks and is not doing well, or they get their ass kicked. Anybody can rock the gear when the team is winning and when things are going good, but again, it's adversity really does shape you on how things are going. Odin in the building. What's good? Raw is clearly the better show. Absolutely. I agree. 100%. Raw is better than SmackDown. Raw is better than NXT, but Raw has always been the best show. Even back with Stone Cold and The Rock. Raw, that's why Raw was on cable, right? Pushing the boundaries. And they usually got the better wrestlers on that show. But sometimes they have to sprinkle in some good wrestlers on SmackDown to kind of give you interest to watch, right? Top of the fifth, 7-3, Mariners. Haniger gets hit. Everything is going Seattle now, baby. And it's kind of funny, too. The two people that normally would be in here aren't in here right now, and maybe that's something to do with it, too. Where is Judah and where is Britt? Obviously Brett was always, talking shit, obviously with the Red Sox in a friendly way, because we're good friends, right? But where is Judah and where is Brett? Not here. Nowhere to be seen. Where are you? 7-3, Mariners, top of the fifth, bases loaded. Let's go. But I imagine we will see both of them in here before the stream ends. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Now we got Rojas getting an opportunity to play. Now we need Rojas and Luke Raley to get back to their former selves. They were good in April and May, not so much in June and July, which is a little weird, right? Because most players suck in the beginning and they get better as the season goes on. But every once in a while, you're going to have a player like Jared Kelenic last year that did the same thing. He was the only player that was good for us in the first 50 to 60 games. But then he kind of tailed off, towards the end of the season. Then he got mad, kicked the cooler, broke his foot, adios to Atlanta, and now he's playing good for the Atlanta Braves. But we need Rojas and Raley to get back to their, former selves, because, they could be good starters or good rotational players. But again, if you can't bring it up, your job is going to be taken, like by guys like Dylan Moore, and again, we think in our heads that maybe Rojas and Luke Raley are better players, but it's all about who's playing better now, not who played better in April and May. Big facts. Let's go, baby. When JP and Julio come back, watch out. Woo! Let's go. Nobody's going to want to play the Seattle Mariners as we get further along in the season. I would compare us kind of to like the San Diego Padres in the National League. That's the only team in the National League that isn't getting talked about enough that could actually beat the Dodgers, Phillies, Braves, or Brewers. I don't think there's many teams that could do that. But the Padres are like the Mariners. They're sneaky good, and a lot of people are looking over both of those teams. But if those teams can get healthy at the right time and get hot, the Mariners could upset a few teams, and same thing with the Padres. That's a good thing to know and a good thing to be able to look forward to. Big facts. Let's go. Bases loaded again, top of the fifth. Hollywood Rojas getting a chance to play with 2 outs, 1-1 pitch. Takes a strike. Come on, Rojas. I mean, you were batting 300 to 350 at the beginning of the year, right? And you've tailed off. Confidence is a little bit shaken, but now with all these new additions, all you got to do is play loose, have fun, get back to being the Rojas Hollywood guy that we love. Let's go, Hollywood. 1-2 pitch. Pitch is inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And even if that means not swinging as much and taking more walks, and if you get hit by a pitch, just try to find some rhythm. Maybe bunt, right? Maybe we bunt here. Like that's what if I'm Scott Service, that's what I do right here. I bunt. I would give the signal instead of having Rojas. Give me the bunt, because right here you hit and you get a force out, right? And obviously the same thing could happen with a bunt. But again, when you're struggling, right? What's the thing that can get you out of the slump sometimes? A bunt, It's one of those forgotten aspects of the game, and that would have been a great opportunity to get a bunt. And if we would have scored off a bunt, think about how excited the rest of the clubhouse would have gotten. It's like you don't really see bunts, get RBIs that often. You don't really see bunts, have an impact because people don't use it. But that would have been a great situation right there for situational baseball with Luke Raley or Rojas, guys that are struggling, fucking bunt. We're a good bunting team. It's not like we're not a good bunting team. We're one of the best. Why not use it to our advantage? And then hopefully Scott Service will get my text message, and then we'll start bunting a little bit more as the season goes on. If you're good at something, why not use it? Why? Just because the rest of the other 29 teams don't bunt, that means that we don't bunt? Fuck that. Let's be the trendsetter and being the bunting team of the MLB. Because then if we do it, then people will copy us. Facts. Let's go to the bottom of the fifth, 7-3. Marinez. What do you want to do for photos, Reflect? Let me know what you want. I got you. Let's go. Good shit, man. See where we're at on the likes. All right, we need 2 more likes to get to 30. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. We want to get 30 to 50 likes, and we're at 28. 2 more. So if you haven't smashed it, please do it for your boy. It'll help us with the algorithm and the metrics. And we have been hitting, consistently 30 to 50, and a majority of the time 40 to 50. So it really does help. Go to the bottom of the fifth, 7-3, Seattle. Next up, right fielder, Wilyer Abreu. All right, so we got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Boston. Thursday, we got the Hall of Fame game. We got the Texans and the Bears. Then we got Friday, Saturday, Sunday against the Phillies. And then obviously they just went off the graphic there. But again, we got a lot of winnable games here coming up, obviously at the end of this month and going into August. Can you believe it's almost August? And when you get into August, it's football season, baby. But that's when baseball starts heating up as well. I'm very excited. Things are going to be very, very good for this channel. And even when football comes back, I'm not going to stop doing the Mariners. I'm going to do the Mariners, obviously, as the primary. And we're going to do Ducks. We're going to do NFL games, Monday night, Sunday night, Thursday night. But I'm not going to back away from the Mariners. We're going to make sure we're doing a lot of baseball, a lot of NFL, a lot of college football. And then obviously once those seasons end, we'll transition into the Kraken and some NHL. And we'll always be doing WWE as well. So we're getting into the best part of the year, August to February. That's when you're going to get the most exciting times, right? Football's coming around, baseball's wrapping up, then you're going to get the NBA and NHL starting up, NASCAR wrapping up as well. I mean, this is really peak sports and wrestling season. Let's go. Bottom of the fifth, 7-3, Marinez, 2-2 count to Wilyer Abreu. Let's go. Abreu, tag to the gap. Get it, Henny. Nice stand-up double for Wilyer Abreu. Ooh, sliding in, and he almost slipped past the bag. Wow. Raw has been must-see TV since Triple H took over. I don't think I've seen a bad Monday Night Raw. We know during COVID, Raw and SmackDown and a lot of the shows were ass, and AEW was better. But I'll be honest, besides Blood and Guts for AEW, that was one of the last times that I've watched AEW Dynamite in a while. Like I watch it, a couple times a month, but I used to watch it every week. But obviously when Blood and Guts came around with like the cages and the blood and the guts, of course I'm going to end up watching that. But Monday Night Raw is must-see TV, man. And I always try to record it on the DVR or watch it on the replay, because here on the West Coast, I get it 3 hours later on the cable. But I also have a link that I can watch it when it comes live in the Midwest and the East Coast. But I love it, man. Bucks, Rays, Bolts. What's good? Pitches outside to Masataka Yoshida. 1-1 count. Got to watch out for Masataka Yoshida. At any given moment, he can homer and he can get a base hit or an RBI. He is the definition of clutch. I wish he was on the Mariners. No lie. 333 average with runners in scoring position, 1 home run and 25 ribbies, and he never gets fucking rattled. He's a lefty, which I love, right? He's got good eyes, and he knows when to swing. He knows when to follow through. Great presence in the box. 2-1 pitch. That one chopped foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And we needed Luis Castillo to have a good outing to be able to win this game, and thank God he has. Obviously gave up a homer early, but it didn't phase us. And I told y'all we would come back, and we did. Now, I didn't think that necessarily Polo was going to homer, this game at that moment, but sometimes you do get surprised being a Mariner fan, right? 3 balls and 2 strikes. That pitch was inside. Oh, there's a lot of guys that are pure gold and raw, besides Dirty Dom. SummerSlam this Saturday, and I'll be doing a live stream. Yoshida. Haniger's there. There we go. Nice job, Hanny. Hanny being 33 years old, running like he's 23 on that play. Nice job, Haniger. Next up, third baseman Rafael Devers. Devers with the home run today. Yoshida yesterday. Let's go, baby. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Help your boy out. We're at 45, 55 to go. Super chat, Cash App, Venmo, likes, shares, comments. Anything helps. Devers is the dude. And that's why I put him on the thumb. I got him on the thumb 3 times. I even made the thumb for tomorrow already. I got Kirby on it for us. 0-1 pitch. Pitch is inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. 301 average, 24 homers, 67 ribbies. Those are the exact stats you want Julio to have at this point in the season. And hopefully one day that's what we're going to get. And then Julio will be pacing for 40 to 50 homers, batting over 300, even if it's just barely over 300, and a nice set of RBIs. And we paid Julio the money to be that type of player, And again, obviously a little injury riddled this year and not having the best year, in his 3rd year compared to his rookie of the year season and last year. But again, as the years go on, usually baseball players don't hit their prime. If they play 15 to 20 years, they usually hit their prime in years 7 to 10, if you play 15 to 20. So he's only in his 3rd year, so he'll get hopefully better. He'll hopefully watch more film, understand how people are pitching inside to him, jamming him, and then he can adjust his batting stance to that, have better, have better eyes in the box, and and a little bit more discipline in the box as well, and that'll make him a better hitter. There we go. Let's go, baby. 2 away. Have a little talk here with Luis Castillo, La Piedra. He's like, this guy's a home run hitter. We got to be very careful on how we pitch to him. Because if you miss your zone on Tyler O'Neill, the game will be 7-5 in about 30 seconds. So you've got to be very careful. And I don't think anyone anticipated Tyler O'Neill being this good, for the Red Sox. 20-plus homers? He's pacing for 40 to 50 this year. Pretty crazy. Scotty Mack in the building, baby. You the man. Somebody's got to represent the Mariners on YouTube, right? Let's go, baby. No one else is going to be doing content as much as me. Again, I'm trying to do 150, 155 games out of 162 and playoffs, baby. You the man. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. Scotty Mack, appreciate you. $10 holla. Let me know what you want to do for photos. Same thing with you, Reflect. I got you. Scotty Mack, no relation to Shane O'Mac. Popped up for Tyler O'Neill. Stay in play. All the way to the warning track. Let's go. Scotty, baby. Let's go. We're at 55, 45 to go. Welcome back, Megan. Let's go, baby. Great game. Vibes are so much better than yesterday. And again, based off yesterday's game, it looked like, oh, God, we might get swept. But the effort that I saw out of Randy Arozarena and Cal Raleigh and the rest of the squad made me really, truly believe that we were going to win today. And if we won today, I have a good feeling that we'll compete tomorrow. No guarantee we win tomorrow. George Kirby's got to pitch 6 innings. And if he does, I think we're going to have a good chance, even though we're playing at 1 o'clock tomorrow. 1:10 specifically, but I'll be live at 1. So, and then we'll have a day off. Obviously, for Mariner baseball, I'll do the Hall of Fame game, right? Texans and Bears. And then we got a 3-game set against the Phillies. And if we could win 2 out of 3 against the Phillies, that would be huge. Realistically, it'll probably be 1 out of 3, but you never know. Maybe we can steal that first game. And if we steal that first game, then maybe we can end up winning the second game or the third game. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's see who's up next for your Seattle Mariners. Next up for the Mariners, center fielder Victor Robles, who's been absolutely electric and has played like an all-star since he's come over to Seattle. Batting second, left fielder Randy Arozarena. stud, the biggest name that got brought over in the trade deadline out of any team. And batting third, you know who it is. It's the big dumper, catcher, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. Yes, sir. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Let's get to 30 to 50 likes, baby. Let's go. Where are we at? All right, we just hit 30 likes. 10 more to get to 40. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. Boom, we're at 32 now. 8 more to get to 40. Let's go. Top of the 6, 7-3, Seattle. DX in the building. We're getting good participation, by everybody. And again, dono trains happen when everyone participates. Appreciate you. Let's go. Nobody shit in the pool today? You ended up not having to jump out of the pool with a girlfriend, with someone with a dookie, little Milky Way. You had to jump out of the pool yesterday. You ought to be able to enjoy the pool time today. $20 holla, stacks on stacks, racks on racks. A little cactus jack, bang, bang, bang. And me and DX had a conversation last night too. And even though we ended up getting our ass kicked yesterday, we've been actually putting up runs. We put up 22 runs against the White Sox, and then we put up 7. So we put up 29? In a matter of 4 games, and now we got 7 again. It's like we're really, there was a time, when we lost 20 out of 29 where we couldn't even get to fucking 3. We were getting a lot of zeros, a lot of 1s, a lot of scratch your head 2s, a lot of fuck my life 3s, and now we're putting up big numbers, and it shows you the vibes have changed in Seattle, baby. The vibes are good on the NWSF, baby. Let's go. Robles. In between the gap. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Megan with a 20. Let's go, baby. Appreciate you guys. Stacks on stacks. Racks on racks. A little cactus jack. Bang, 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 bang. Appreciate you. Let's go. And a 5er. Dono trade. Stacks on stacks. Racks on racks. Choo choo. $5 holla. Bang, bang, bang. Let's go. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Great to see the support. And we got 5, 6, 7 different people supporting with the donos. And obviously, when people see that, that's more of an opportunity for others to join. Join in on the party. Paisley is expensive. Bills get expensive. And anything that you can provide for me, even if it's $1, it really does go a long ways. Top of the 6, 7-3, Mariners. Randy, let's go. Let's go. Nice base knock by Randy Rosarena. Let's go, baby. We're at 100. Let's get to 2. Man, and at the top of the order, I'm going to say this right now. When J.P. Crawford comes back, he should not. I absolutely say this. J.P. Crawford, when you come back, you're not going to be the leadoff hitter. We better not put him back in the leadoff spot. We want to make sure you leave Victor Robles where he's at in the lineup. And again, they may, if this is Scott's service, who knows? Maybe he's dumb enough to do it. But if it's me, you leave Victor Robles and Arozarena at the top, and then you end up deciding where you want to put, Julio in the 4 or the 5 hole, right? With Cal Raleigh, right? And then you can sprinkle it in wherever you want to go. If you want to put Cal, so Victor, Randy, Cal, Julio, Turner, right? And then you end up putting JP somewhere between 6, 7, 8, and 9 to give us more flexibility at hitting in the lower part of the lineup. And I know that might be a little bit of a gut punch to JP because he's been kind of our Ichiro leadoff hitter, but Victor has been a better hitter than JP this year. So you don't want to mess up a good thing. So I'm hoping that they're not dumb enough to fuck up a good thing. And JP, I get it. You could be a 1 guy, you could be a 2 guy, but I think it would do the best for us if you put him at the 6, 7, 8, or 9, and that might be a demotion in the batting order, but it's going to help the team overall if he can end up hitting from that spot, because we're going to need hitting on the bottom end of the order. That's just me. And Julio should be at the 4 or the 5 hole. No other spot besides that. Not Julio in the leadoff, not Julio in the 2 hole. Leave it where it's at. Don't fuck up a good thing, right? I know I'm not the only one. Let's go, baby. Captain with a tour. Let's go, baby. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, little cactus jack, bang, bang, bang. And again, if it's knowing Scott's service, he probably will put JP at the 1, right? And then he'll go Victor at the 2, Randy at the 3, Julio at the 4, and then, maybe Cal at the 5, Turner at the 6, and he'll go like that. and that might be able to work, maybe, but again, I would rather just keep it as it is and then, see how it works. And as long as Victor and everyone's hitting, then keep it going. Force out at second. Fielder's choice. Let's go. Runners at first and third with one out. Man, we are hitting today, baby. Let's go. Wow, what defense there. PJ in the building. What's good? Good for Jazz being able to hit home runs, but he's still a selfish player, and I'm glad he's not on the Mariners. Not a good clubhouse guy, but good for him, on the Yankees and, getting out of the Marlins and whatnot. But again, attitude is everything for me, and again, if you got a shitty attitude and you're a selfish person, I don't want that. I don't want to be around that at all. You could be an amazing athlete, but if you got a shitty personality and you're a selfish person, not for me. Like I said, and I'm glad that he's doing well over there on New York, but I'm glad that he's over there in New York and not here in Seattle. Again, sometimes, attitude and the way you treat people is worth more, as a person and in the dugout rather than your stats. So, top of the 6th, 7-3 Seattle. Runners on the corners at first and third with one out. Next up, it's our boy JT, Justin Turner. Turner pops up. Should be a easy routine play. Go away. Next up for the Mariners, 1 for 2 with 2 runs. A nice 2-run blast. Second baseman, Jorge Polanco. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Polo. Let me know what you guys want to do for photos, and I got you. I was wondering when you and Judah were going to show up, Brent. How was your walk? But I told y'all, after you guys, blew us out of the water yesterday, it wasn't going to happen today. And you guys still could come back and make it interesting, but it feels like we're going to win today. Let's go. Pitching was much better today with Luis Castillo. Hitting has been fantastic. And obviously, with the new addition of Justin Turner added to the lineup, really has been the difference here today. Polo pops it up. Oh, baby, in between the gap. You got to be shitting me. Polo, you're a god. Let's go. 8-3. Let's go. Yes, sir. No way. Did you get any photos? Did you send me the photos? You got deer and copperheads? Wow. Crazy. Let's go, baby. Nice job by Polo. And we got Captain Oreo with a photo, Megan with some photos, DX with some photos, Scotty Mac with some photos, and Reflect with some photos. So I'll sprinkle those in for you guys. You guys just let me know what you guys want, and I got you. I know sometimes people don't care about the photos as much. Some people want them. Some people don't really care, but I will always take care of you guys. There we go. 8-3 Mariners. Runners at second and third with 2 outs. Nice job, Polo. Next up, one of the unsung heroes today, third baseman Dylan Moore. Getting a chance to play over Hollywood Josh Rojas, and he's making the most of it. Let's go. Oh, they're on the big camera? Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you got some good, mother and son time. That's the best, It's like me, it's like, I got to be the dog father. Oh, wild pitch. There we go. And another one. Let's go. 9-3 Mariners. The only thing that's going to make this game better is if we start bunting like a motherfucker and bringing more runners home. Let's go. Cal Raleigh scored from Ramirez's wild pitch, and they don't call him the big dumper for nothing, baby. His big dumper was galloping all the way from third to home. He didn't even need to slide in there until at the very end. And the dumper crosses on home plate. 9-3 Mariners. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I got you. Next up, Dylan Moore, baby. It's crazy how you can add, two players like Randy Arozarena and Justin Turner, and then everything just turns around. Like the vibes are good, energy is good, and obviously, we got our ass kicked yesterday because Boston has some amazing players, and you roughed up Logan Gilbert. Oh, and Dylan Moore got hit in the back. Boo! Boo! But he doesn't get hurt, and there we go. Another player on board. Man, we're not going to be able to get to 14 ourselves. Well, I guess maybe we will. I mean, a couple more hits, we're already going to be at double digits here. 9-3 Mariners with runners. Ooh, hit him on the back of that arm there. Good thing he had that pad. Hopefully he's okay. Next up, DHing for the Mariners, Mitch Garver. Garver at DH should be Jason Vossler, and Rivas can bunt. So, of course, I love bunting, so that's why he's in there. But hopefully Garver can do something unexpected here. You really want to make me happy? I want Mitch Garver to go yard here. We got 2 outs, runners on the corners, boom shakalaka, 12-3. That'll make it worth it to me, if you have Garv playing over Vossler today. But I think it's very clear Jason Vossler should be the everyday DH for the Mariners moving forward. You're batting 172, my guy. 12 homers and 38 ribbies. That part is okay, but 172 is terrible. Safe at second. One pitch. Go, go, go. Boom, baby. Boom, baby. Boom, baby. 10-3 Mariners. Yeah. And the Boo Birds are coming out in Fenway. I love it. We're giving Boston and Britt and Judah a piece of their medicine from yesterday. Let's go. Hey, when it rains, it pours, right? When it goes good for Boston, like it did yesterday, right? Everything was going great for them and not for us, but we didn't give up and we got to 7 runs. And then I told you guys it was going to carry over to today. Boom, 10 fucking runs today. Let's go. And we're not done. We're going to have a very good chance to match Britt and Judah's Boston's number to 14. We only need 4 more and 3 more innings. Let's go. Hell yeah. 2-1 pitch. Pitch is outside. 3-1 count. And I'll get some photos sprinkled in here, Megan, and a few of the others once we get into the end of this inning, which this inning is going on and on and on, which it doesn't really bother me one bit. Now with Britt, and Judah, they're not happy, But hell, you guys ended up winning 14-7, It's our turn. 2-2 pitch. Did he go around? And there goes Garver, a wasted at-bat again. All right, let's try to get some photos sprinkled in. Fucking go. That's why, in life and when you watch baseball as a hardcore fan, you can't get too up and you can't get too down. And obviously baseball can get very fucking emotional, when you're going on a fucking roller coaster every single game, right? And it's tough. It's tough to be able to handle those emotions, especially when shit is going bad. But again, one day you play bad, you have another opportunity the next day to turn it around. And that's exactly what we're doing. Get a couple of these for Captain Oreo that I already have in the bucket, and we'll get some photos for Megan. And then we got plenty of photos for everyone else as well. Let's go, baby. But this has been the difference today. Justin Turner at his first at-bat ended up getting us an RBI. He went a little aggressive and got called out trying to go for a double bagger, a double, right? But Victor Robles scored and gave us a 1-0 lead. And the vibes are good with Big Red. This was a huge addition for the Seattle Mariners. Let's go. Hell yeah. (10-3) Mariners. Feels a lot better when you're on this side of the score rather than what we saw yesterday. 10 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Beautiful. Bottom of the sixth, 10-3 Mariners. Let's go, baby. See if I can squeeze in one more, get back to the action, and we'll sprinkle in more photos throughout the commercial breaks. Appreciate you, Megan. Appreciate you, Captain Oreo. And we still need photo requests from... I still got plenty more for Megan, but DX, we need your F1, Scotty Max, as well as Reflect. Let me know. And again, if you don't care, then you don't care. But you can let me know, and I got you. No, the comments have been coming in pretty fast, so that's why I ask multiple times, and then you can just let me know again in the chat. I hate to have people repeat themselves in the chat, but it's just better than me scrolling up, into the comments. Dominic Smith. Oh, baby! Victor Robles looking like Julio. Let's go, baby. Yes, sir. Victor Robles. Yeah. Right? That's what I'm talking about, baby. I mean, it's crazy how many that we've been putting up, and we put up 20 plus against the White Sox, right? And then we're already at 17 with the Red Sox. We might actually put up more runs against the Red Sox than we did against the White Sox, or a similar amount, 22-24 in a 3-game set. When just a few weeks back, we couldn't even get to 1 to 3 runs. We were getting 0, we were getting 1, we were getting 2, we were getting 3, we were getting our ass kicked. Feels good. Now I need to see some more bunting, baby. Let's go. Bottom of the sixth, 10-3 Seattle. Next up, Connor Wong. No relation to Colton. That one chop foul. Count is 1-2, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 298 average, 10 homers, and 36 ribbies. And I'll get the Lewis Hamilton F1s for you. I got to do some moving around. Crazy, man. No fly zone, baby. And you know what the craziest thing of it all? JP and Julio aren't even fucking playing. Like, imagine if those guys started to feed off Robles and Randy Arozarena and Justin Turner. Like, it's kind of crazy to think what could happen, There we go. Luis Castillo, baby. Yeah. Let's go. And I guarantee that those two guys are just salivating at this team right now. And I honestly feel that, this team could make a deep run based on the additions that we made. And I was kind of skeptical to see how guys would work together chemistry-wise. But I really do feel that if we can, keep things on a positive note, not have any more serious injuries like we had with JP and Julio, and we can be relatively hot and healthy at the right time, who's to say that the Mariners can't go on a deep run and make the, ALDS, ALCS, or World Series this year? I already think at this point we're better than the Twins and we're better than the Royals, even though those teams are good. They were better than us when we couldn't hit, but now we can hit. And I think we match up very well against the Guardians, Yankees, and Orioles. We're not afraid. And that we have a brand new aura and vibe and swagger now. Who knows? Maybe Seattle will come out of the American League. Maybe we'll make the ALCS. Maybe we'll make the World Series this year. I mean, to say that, a couple weeks ago when we lost 20 out of 29, then I would look like a fucking idiot. But based on looking at this team now and the trajectory that we're going, it might be a year or two out, but you never know. Injuries to Aaron Judge or Stephen Kwan or Adley Rutschman or Gunnar Henderson or Bobby Witt Jr., you never know what might happen. And if we can stay hot and healthy, maybe Seattle could be in the World Series this year, next year, or the following year. I think it's legit could happen. Let's go Mariners, baby. Let's go. All right, I gotta make some more room here. 10-3, Mariners. The DX is getting me more acclimated to F1. And obviously, if I keep getting more and more information about F1, I probably will start watching it like I watch NASCAR. I'm not at that point yet, but, he's making me a little bit more, up to date, to what's going on that type of scene. And, the more interest that I have and the more knowledge that I have, the more that I'm going to go out of my way to watch something like F1. So I appreciate you. But one thing is for damn sure, F1 photos are fire. Cooper Criswell is on the mound. Like, sub, donate, comment, share, help your boy out. Mitch Haniger in the box. Woo, look at that. That is incredible. It's like a video game. I love it. Insane. Like, even F1 photos sometimes even peek over the NASCAR photos. They're awesome, man. And again, the more knowledge you have about something, the more you are likely to, get into something. If you don't know a whole lot, about hockey or baseball or NASCAR or F1, then you probably don't give a shit. But the more you know, right, the more interested you are. And then, I obviously love learning from you guys. I feel that on certain things, I'm going to be an expert because I put in so much time and energy off stream, but I always can learn something new from anybody in the room. I don't think I know everything. I feel like if I can learn something new every day, then I had a good day. I want to make sure I'm at least learning one thing that I didn't know when I woke up this morning. Candace in the building. What's good? Top of the 7th, 10-3, Mariners. Next up is Josh Rojas getting a chance to play since we are kind of attempting this blowout here. Where's Jason Vossler? Rojas popped up. 2 away. We got to get Voss into the game and Rojas and Luke Raley back to the players that they were at the beginning of the year. I mean, these guys have really fallen off. Luke Raley and Luke and Josh Rojas. I mean, shit, at this point, I'd rather have Vossler play over Rojas and Raley, and that's fucking insane. But that's the truth. We have so much talent on this roster now. Next up is Victor Robles, baby. Let's go. And plus, having 2 weeks off of no NASCAR, it's making me sad. So I know F1 has a little bit of a break too. 0-1 pitch to Robles. Pitch is low. Should have been a ball, but called strike. Behind in the count now. 0 balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 count. Top of the 7th, 10-3, Seattle. Let's go. Pitch is outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Let's go, Victor. I got Taylor Saucedo warming up. And at this point, when you got a 7-run lead, you have the comfort level where even if he gives up a couple runs, we still got a pretty good lead. And it doesn't feel like we're letting up off the gas, which I like. Now, we don't need to rub it in, but hell, remember, we did lose a football score yesterday, 14-7. Payback is a beezy, right? Let's go. Yeah. Exactly what I was thinking, too. Let's go. Top of the 7th, 10-3, Seattle. Chopper by Robles. Easy routine play, throw to first. And let's go to the bottom of the 7th. But my knowledge is still on a very, very amateur level with the F1. But I hope to be able to become, not necessarily an expert. It's going to take a long time for me to be an expert in F1. And that's especially if I sacrifice a lot of time to F1, depending on all the other things that I follow. But I definitely want to be able to be more familiar with the sport. And I like cars and I like speed, so I've always been into NASCAR. I like watching the trucks. I like watching Xfinity. I like watching the NASCAR Cup Series, and maybe adding F1 to my resume is something I need to do. So Hope you enjoyed those photos, DX. I'm just trying to go down the list of every individual. Reflect if there's anything that you want to see, you let me know. If you want to wait towards the end of the stream, we can do that as well. I mean, whatever you want, brother. I got you. See if I can squeeze one more in here for DX. Let's go. Appreciate you. Bottom of the 7th, 10-3, Seattle. And even though he gave up a big blast to Rafael Devers, that was about it. And remember, I said if we only give up those 3 or possibly 1 or 2 more with the bullpen, we're going to have a good chance to come back. And that's exactly what we did. Luis Castillo, 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Money, 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 baby. Let's go. Great job by Luis Castillo, baby. Now we got Taylor Saucedo in the game. Mariner Moose needs to come up and jump up and down and all around for that. Nice job, Luis. And if it wasn't for Luis Castillo, we don't win this game today. Nice job. We needed that after that poor performance out of Logan Gilbert. All right, let me delete these photos and make some more room. Just trying to go down the list of every individual that is supporting this channel. Next up for the Red Sox, Sedan Raffaello for 1 hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. Ooh, they hit him again, and he got hit again. It's like Ty France all over again, but another team there. We're at 102, 98 to go to hit the next goal. But if Scotty Mack is still in the building, and I know Reflect is still in the building, I think those are the last 2 that I need to be able to get some photos for, and then a few extra more for Megan here as we go through these next few innings. But you guys will let me know. Good support today. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. We've been hitting these numbers. 0-1 pitch, Sauce, right down the middle with a good pitch, minding the count. 0-2 to Jaron Duran. We're 4 more likes away, 3 more likes away from 40, 13 away from 50. Can we get 13 by the end of the game? I think we have a good chance to get there. And we have been able to hit 50 pretty often. Let's try to shoot for that goal of 50. But we're 3 away from 40, and that would be a good one too. Let's go, baby. Bottom of the 7th, 10-3, Mariners. Let's go. 0-2 count to Duran. Pitches outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. There we go. We gained a couple subs today, too. That's always good. 39 to go. 20,400. Little chopper towards third base. Stays fair. Nice job by Jaron Duran. Good ball placement. Nice job, Jaron. Now we got Hefsnyder coming in. Now you're going to start seeing players that normally don't play that much. Obviously, it looks like they're going to be rotating different guys in now for Boston. I don't know if Boston has risen the white flag and given up in this game, and they're going to wait for tomorrow to see what they can do, but we'll see. We're at 102, 98 to go to the next goal. And a few more likes to get to 40, 12 or 13 to get to 50. Let's go, baby. Rob Hefsnyder coming in. 1-1 count to Rob Hefsnyder. Rob Refsnyder. Two-one pitch from Sauce. Refsnyder. Masataka Yoshida head on a swivel. Strike him out. Let's go, Sauce. 2-2 pitch to Refsnyder. There we go. Refsnyder to strike out Snyder. Boom. One away. Sorry, Rob. Next up, DHing for the Red Sox, 2 for 3, Masataka Yoshida. My boy, my cousin. Nice job, Sauce. One away with runners at first and second. Let's see if we can get a double play here to end this inning. Pitch in the zone for a strike, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch. Dribbler. Force out at second. And no throw to first. There we go. Good job, Sauce. Keeping it in play. 2 away. Now this is the guy that we have to be careful of. You know, the individual that ended up having that 3-run blast that gave him the lead early. The best player on the team. Third baseman, Rafael Devers. I mean, there's a reason why he gets on the thumb every day. Go, baby. Big swing and a miss. 2 for 3 with a 3-run home run and a double. Sauce says, I'm going to give it to you right down the middle with a little extra peanut butter jelly sauce. And man, what a big whiff. Be careful, Sauce. 300 average, 24 homers. He gave him that sweet and sour. Oh, right up the middle. He got him. Single, and that brings in a run, 10-4, Seattle. And you got to be real careful when you go against Devers. I mean, he can hit for power, and he can hit right up the middle, too. And here's another guy that you got to be really careful throwing to, left fielder Tyler O'Neill. One swing, and this game could end up being 10-7. Be careful. I think he's out of there now. Yep, there goes Sauce. Again, Sauce is usually good when he only needs to get one out, but when you have him at the top, you know, it's always kind of, 50-50 if he does good or not. So 1 or 2 outs, pretty good, but if he has to get 3, a lot of times he won't even be able to get all 3 guys. So, and I know sometimes it's situational baseball, lefty pitcher to a righty hitter, vice versa. So, but so far so good. 10-4 Mariners. Boston not giving up. Tyler O'Neill in the box. Who are we bringing in here? We're bringing in Colin Snyder. Hopefully he doesn't fuck it up. At least we don't got Stanek anymore to fuck up the game here late in the matchup. Like, sub, donate, comment, share, help your boy out. And like I mentioned multiple times on the stream, make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health. It's the most important thing you can do every single day that you wake up. Make sure you're taking care of you, okay? Addiction, depression, anxiety. I've gone through it. I know some of y'all are going through it, but if you put some effort into your life and have some accountability, you can really turn your life around. I did. Do you think I like necessarily, exercising an hour and a half, 2 hours a day, every day? Sometimes it's hard, but you got to push your body and push your mind. Luckily I have Paisley to do that also, but at the end of the day, you feel accomplished, you feel good, you're eating healthier, you're looking better, you're exercising, right? And you're making sure you're spending time with your pets and friends and listening to a little bit of music every day. You can really turn your life around. And it really has for me. I haven't had a bad day in a long, long time. And that's half because of Paisley, and the other half is because of you guys. Let's go. Take care of yourself. Bottom of the seventh, 10-4, Mariners. Runners on the corners at first and third with 2 outs. Let's go, Mariners. Let's get the divisional lead after this win, baby. Big swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Snyder right down the middle. 0-1 count. Come on, Colin. Pitch is high. 1 ball and 1 strike for Tyler O'Neill. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Help your boy out, baby. 0 for 3 with a flyout. 267 average, 22 homers, and 44 ribbies. And I think the big number that is surprising with O'Neill is the 22 homers. I think most people thought he would have somewhere between 12 and 15 right now, not 22. Pretty impressive. Let's see if we hit 40 likes yet. Where are we at? We're getting close. Couple more. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. Let's get to that number. 3 more to get to 40. Let's go, baby. Bottom of the seventh, 10-4 Mariners, baby. Runners at the corners at first and third with 2 outs. Uh-oh, there brings in another run. I told you, O'Neill is dangerous. Now the Red Sox are getting hot. 10-5, Seattle. Bullpen is so important, man. You can have a big lead, and it can evaporate within an inning. Sometimes 2 innings. So thank God we have 10, because if we were sitting at like a 6-5 game right now, I don't know if we would win. Come on now. Come on, Mariners. Dig deep. We got to get out here. Next up is Dominic Smith. Ooh, pitch is high. Red Sox fans are booing now. Trying to get their players hyped up for this comeback. Come on, Mariners. 1 for 3 with a double in the second. Cutter up and inside. Dominic Smith, off the wall, almost homered. We got to get better bullpen guys. Come on, Mariners. Look at this. Now they're coming back, 10-6. Can we get out of this fucking inning with 2 outs? Can we get someone that can actually fucking pitch? Christ. It's like we end up getting excited with this big lead, and then we bring in these bullpen guys that fucking suck ass. It's like, can we get guys that actually can fucking close out the game for us? Fuck. Where's Matt Brash when you need him? Put in Jimmy Garcia. Lee. Bullpen stinky. It's like everything that we worked for is like going down the drain. Finally, we get out of the inning. Jesus. Should have never given up that many hits and runs there. All right, end of the 7th. Thank God. You know, the good thing it's not like the 5th inning right now. Otherwise, they would come back and lose or come back and win against us. So, all right, 10-6, end of the 7th. Now we need to add on a couple more for what they just did to us right there. We can't be satisfied with just 10. They scored 3. Now we got to give them 3 right back. Matt had to hit a number 1 and a number 2, huh? Little bathroom blowout. Came back and the score is 10-6 instead of 10-3. That's what happens. Next up for the Mariners. Let's see who it is. 2 for 5 with 3 runs. It's my boy, Victor Robles. Batting second, 1 for 4 with a run, RBI, and a K. Left fielder, Randy Arozarena. And batting third, Big Dumper, catcher, Cal Raleigh. 0 for 4 with a run and a K. Let's make it 1 for 5. This would be a good time for a Cal Raleigh home run. Bring that electricity after being 0 for 4 and then go 1 for 5 with a Big Dumper home run. What do we think? Me like. Let's go, baby. Captain Oreo had an Atlanta Falcon moment. All right, they matched us now. As far as hits, we both have 10 apiece. If we got 10 runs and they have 6. Can't be satisfied with this 10-6 4-run lead because, you know, you have 2 more innings. I mean, it's very possible and plausible the Red Sox get 2-2 and tie it up if we don't get anything. Randy? 1 away. I thought it was Victor Robles, but then they had Randy up. ESPN for you. Next up, Big Dumper, catcher Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. Solo dinger. Just like the photo, baby. Bring that electricity. Mariner fans need good mental health. Let's go. Let's go, Cal. Top of the 8th, 10-6 Mariners. And it is nice to be able to see us actually be able to put up hits and runs and be competitive. Everything happens for a reason, you know, with the Julio and JP Crawford injury. You got to think without JP and Julio going down, maybe we don't get Randy and Justin Turner. So, and obviously JP's out 4 to 6 weeks, but Julio's just right around the corner. And Julio's been a better player this year than JP, even though both have struggled. So, but we both like JP and Julio for their offense and defense abilities, as well as being good clubhouse guys and cool, you know, guys in the lineup, you know, that are very likable and they have good aura when they're on. All right, next up, everyone's new favorite Seattle Mariner, Justin Turner. Let's go, JT. Baby. Let's go, Big Red. First pitch to Turner is outside, but called strike. 0-1 count. Top of the 8th, 10-6 Mariners with 2 outs. Come on, Justin. Pitch in there in the zone for a strike. Now behind the count, 0-2. Umps are definitely calling this a little favoritism for Boston now with the momentum. Pitch is way outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Let's go. Turner crushes that one foul towards third base. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Come on, JT. Man, Matt be getting the bubble guts. One ball and 2 strikes. Almost hit Justin Turner on the hip as he turns inside just in time. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Come on, JT. Two balls and 2 strikes. That one's inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Let's go, baby. Full count. Three-two pitch. Little dribbler, throw to first, and an easy routine inning for Boston. All right, we're going to the bottom of the 8th. Jimmy Garcia going in. I like that. And then we can go Andres Munoz after that and end this fucking game. And then bring that momentum to George Kirby tomorrow. Let's go. A little bit of Jimmy Garcia for your life. Let's go, baby. 3-0 record, ERA at 2.70. Much better than Stanek. Stanek still having problems, even when he got moved on to the Mets. And hopefully Jimmy can go 1-2-3, just like Boston did there in the top of the 8th. Let's see who's up next here for the Red Sox. I still want 1 or more 2 runs before this game is over if we can get it. I mean, it might end up being a 10-6 final, but hey, 12-6 would be better. Next up for the Red Sox, 0 for 3 with 2 Ks, second baseman David Hamilton. Batting second, 0 for 1 with a run, Sedan Rafaela. And batting third, back at the top of the order, 1 for 4 with a K, Jarren Duran. Let's go, Mariners. Well, we don't have a very good bullpen, man. We need better bullpen guys. You know, if we had Matt Brash, right, and then obviously Santos is injury prone, and then you got Andres Munoz in like the 8th or the 9th, you know, but normally in the 9th, we need to find better pitchers, you know, in the, you know, the 7th and the 8th, or the 6th, 7th, and 8th if our pitcher gets pulled a little bit early. So, you know, that's one, you know, area of room of improvement. You know, we need that. Not every team is going to have it. I mean, we ended up getting JT Chargois, obviously, today from the Marlins. He was already a former Mariner. And we got rid of Stanek, which was good. And then we improved that spot, you know, by bringing in Jimmy Garcia, right? But a lot of the guys that we have, you know, aren't good in the bullpen. I don't have any confidence in any of those guys that we bring in, you know, in the 6th and the 7th and the 8th typically. So. Hey, I do the work of 2 people. You should try it sometime. Bottom of the 8th, 10-6 Mariners. 1-0 count from Jimmy Garcia. I like symmetry, too. Why use 1 mic when I can use 2? Plus, I used to have a partner that I did the show with, and, you know, if they felt that they could do something better than me, you know, I got to be able to do the work of 2 people. I got to do the play-by-play and the color. And I like symmetry, so I don't copy anybody else. I got my own style. You should try that sometime. Bottom of the 8th, 10-6 Mariners. David Hamilton in the box, 253 average, 5 homers and 18 ribbies. 2-1 pitch from Jimmy Garcia right down the middle for a strike. 2-2 count. Smoke his ass. Let's go, Jimmy. If we can get Jimmy Garcia, you know, and we can get Santos, Gregory, and Munoz Andres all on the same page, we're going to be fine. There we go. Blew his ass away. There we go. 1 away. But the big factor is not having Matt Brash. You know, if we would have had Brash, then you can have it. Brash, Jimmy Garcia, Santos, and then Munoz, you know. And then last year we had Sewald, so. But obviously a lot of teams don't have a good bullpen. You know, it's very rare to have a good bullpen. You know, we already have a top 3 pitching staff. You can't expect us to have a top 3 bullpen also. Yeah, I like the 2 mics. That's why I do it. Only haters hate when they want to mention the 2 mics. Just because you haven't seen it before doesn't mean it's not cool. There you go. Nice base knock there by Sedan Rafaela. Next up, center fielder Jarren Duran. But a real reason that I do it is based off symmetry, because I like things to be lined up. But also, too, if I turn my head this way or I turn my head this way, I want to make sure as I'm watching the game, when I have different screens here in the studio, that if I say something that everyone's going to be able to hear it if I'm looking this way or I'm looking this way. And if you only have a mic position in one way, right, I don't want you to be able not to hear. So that's a lot of it also. So that way that no matter what is going on and no matter what action is going on, you know, at the time on all the different games that I'm watching on all the screens, that, you know, you guys are going to be able to be in tune. So there's a number of reasons why I got the two mics. Bottom of the 8th, 10-6, Mariners. Runner at first with one out. 0-2 count to Jarren Duran. Oh-2 pitch from Jimmy Garcia to Duran. Pitch is low. Good stop there by Cal Raleigh to prevent the runner to go to second. Nice job, Cal. Get on the same page with Jimmy Garcia, baby. Let's go. One-two pitch. Chopper right up the middle. Get him right there. Throw to first because no one was at second. There we go. 2 away. And it definitely shows you, you know, when you have Polo in the game and JP's not there, you know, who's on the bag, you know? Nice job, Timo. Good decision making instead of like, you know, getting flustered right there, not having someone on the bag. Help your pitcher out. We got Ref Snyder. We'll get his ass out easy. Garcia's the man. Popped up. There we go. Told y'all. There we go. Let's go to the top of the 9th, baby. 10-6 Mariners. And it kind of feels like this game is going to end 10-6. I don't think we're going to get too many more hits or runs. At least it doesn't really feel like it. Like sometimes you have a gut feeling that there's going to be a lot more. It kind of feels like we plateaued and we climbed Everest. And then we're putting it in the flags. And, you know, we're kind of just like coasting the rest of the way. Now, I obviously, you know, would love an opportunity to add on 1 or 2 more. And I'll take it. But it kind of feels like this might be it. And hopefully we can end up winning 10-6. Let's go, baby. But I would love some extra insurance. You know, let's get it. Next up for the Mariners, second baseman, Jorge Polanco. Batting second, third baseman, Demo Dylan Moore. And batting third, 0 for 3, probably will go 0 for 4, Mitch Garver. And I don't know how many games in a row that we have to see him go 0 for 4 when we got a guy waiting in the dugout that's 10 times better than you and Jason Vossler. I don't want to see Garver play ever again. You know, if he wants to be the backup catcher, fine, but that's the only time he should be playing. Facts. No, sorry, it's not going to happen, Victor, for your parlay. No 10-9. Nice try, though. Let's go, baby. Let's see where we're at. We're 2 more away from 40. Let's get it, baby. It looks like we don't have time to get to 50, but we can definitely get to 40. We need 1 more to get to 40. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. Let's get to 40. 40 to 45 before the game ends. Let's go, baby. Pirates over the Astros 5-1. Let's go. Brian Bello, 10-5 record with a 5.27 ERA against George Kirby, 8-7 with a 3.03. And if Kirby can have an outing like Luis Castillo, we're going to win tomorrow. But if he plays like Logan Gilbert, we're going to get crushed. So, Polo popped up. Oh, what a diving catch. Did he get it? Oh, my God. What a catch in the outfield by the Red Sox. Wow. That could have been an easy double for Polo right there if it would have dropped. What effort there. Wow, Superman for that. And that baseball almost came out of the top of that mitt, and he slid on his stomach for like 5 feet. That was incredible. Is that Tyler O'Neill? My God. Next up is Demo Dylan Moore, who's been fantastic as of late. And again, if Dylan Moore is going to be playing better than Josh Rojas or Luke Raley, keep playing Dylan Moore. Find a spot for him. If JP ends up being shortstop, move Dylan Moore to third base and take Garver out at first base or DH, right? And put him at, obviously, first base or DH for Voss. Voss should be the DH every day. I'm sorry. And again, if Demo ends up taking Rojas' spot at third, I'm okay with that, as long as he keeps playing like he has lately. Let's go. 2 for 2 or 3 RBIs and a base on ball for Demo. Let's go. Let's get to that number 40, baby. We need one more. Let's get it. 2-2 pitch. Demo, good contact. That's not going to bounce off the Green Monster. 2 away. And now we got Mitch Garver up, and more than likely this is going to be an easy out, and then hopefully we can find a way to hang on. I mean, if you really want to do something for us, Garv, you go for a solo jack right here to give us an 11-6 lead. You know, that will make up for your poor performance in the last few games that you've played. But he's not going to do it. I can already tell when Mitch Garver goes 0 for 3, he goes 0 for 4 95% of the time. Once he goes 0 for 3, he's not going to go 1 for 4. Typically, when he gets his first hit, early, then he goes, 1 for 4. But if he's already 0 for 3, just like that, he's going to go 0 for 4. What a wasted opportunity at DH for Mitch Garver. And now we're going to bring in our stud, Andres Munoz. I'm not going to predict everything, Captain Oreo, but again, when I watch these games, and I've been watching since 85, and I've been watching games from beginning to end, I'm probably watching more games than the average person. A lot of people are, they step away from the game because they got errands or they got to walk the dog or, they got shit to do. But a lot of times I can kind of feel the body language and the vibe, and I can look at who's coming up and kind of get an idea of who's pitching, that if we're going to do something, or we're not. And sometimes the unexpected RBI and homer happens, but it definitely feels like the game is going to end 10-6, like I said, and hopefully they don't get anything more. But we're going to win this game. Let's go. Mitch Garver, a waste at DH. Jason Voslin for president. Let's go. I mean, if he's the only AAA player that's going to get time and he's playing well, why are you punishing him? You should be giving him playing time and rewarding him for getting a hit every game that he's played in so far. Come on, Scott Service. Don't be a dummy. Tell you who's not a fucking dummy. Andres Munoz. The only guy that we can trust in Los Bomberos as far as our closers. Can't really trust anybody else besides Andres. And even Andres will get fucked up once in a while, right? But we have more faith in him than anybody else. But we are starting to have more faith in Jimmy Garcia than, obviously, than someone else. And Santos. Santos gets hurt a little bit too much for our liking. And I think Jimmy's going to be the number 2 as far as trust. Let's go, baby. This is our guy. Smoke them. Let's go. The only reason Garver should be playing is if it's a backup catcher to give Cal a rest. But even with that, it's like, I don't know if I even like that. Like, Garv stinks, dude. You know what I mean? At least Polo turned it around, at least Polo stinks at defense, but at least he's getting home runs and he can hit. What can Garv do? Garth can't do anything well. He can't hit. He can't really defend. I guess he's okay as a backup catcher, better than Sebi Zavala, but that's not saying a whole lot. Hell, I'd rather have Harry Ford now than what we're getting out of fucking Mitch Garver, you know. But Vossler can defend and he can hit, you know, if you actually put him in a position. But, you know, for a guy that doesn't have a traditional DH body, put Vossler there, and we're going to score more runs with him there at DH every day. I guarantee it. 0-2 pitch to Yoshida. Get him, Andres. Pitch is low and into the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 for 4 with 2 singles and 2 runs for Masataka Yoshida. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's get to 40 likes, baby. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. We need 1 more. Got him, baby. Go to first. There's a little lob. Got him 1 away. Someone's got a backup account or someone's coming in. Smash that like button to get us to number 40. We're at 39. Let's go. 1 more. Got to get 1 more. There we go. Masataka Yoshida, sit down. Next up, third baseman, their best player, Rafael Devers, had a 3-run blast early in the game. We just got to make sure that he doesn't do that again. "47 Tay-Tay posters all over the walls, in the living room, in the bathroom, in the garage, in the guest house, everywhere." 10 Talahala. Ooh, USC Dynasty blew out Michigan on NCAA 25. Nice. How's the gameplay? It looks amazing. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, little cactus jack, bang, bang. I don't have the luxury of playing that. I got like an old one on PS2 that I can play. Let's go, baby. The Toast is going to give us our 40. Appreciate you, Toasty. DX with a 10er. Check swing, did he go on an 0-2 pitch? No, he didn't. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Appreciate you, DX. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little cactus jack, bang, bang, bang. Appreciate you. DX with a 10er. We're at 112, 88 to go to hit the next goal. Devers fouls that one off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, well, it's a faster gameplay. You know, obviously easier to run, easier to throw, faster gameplay. And then obviously you get the aura, you know, of the cheerleaders and the band and the music, you know, and that aura and that vibe. I've always thought the college football game was a lot funner to play than Madden. Madden over the years, you know, just, you know, it was too robotic, you know, and it got to the point where the AI made it so difficult to run and throw, and, you know, the gameplay was too slow, you know. And so for people that are hardcore, they don't mind. They'll pay the money every year, you know, with a new updated roster. But 2-2 pitch. Got him! Fuck yeah! Let's go. Sucker. Devers, see you later. Yes, sir. Yeah, baby. Bring that electricity, baby. Last batter, possibly. Left fielder, Tyler O'Neill. Let's go, Munoz. Big swing and a miss. We're winning this game 10-6. They're not getting any more. Like I said, sometimes you can kind of tell the writing is on the wall, baby. Tay-Tay t-shirt, Tay-Tay shorts, Tay-Tay jeans, Tay-Tay posters, Tay-Tay pencils, Tay-Tay flip-flops, Tay-Tay everything. Tay-Tay toilet cover seat, Tay-Tay bed, Tay-Tay PJs. O2 pitch to O'Neill. Pitches outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. All right, I got you. The secret is leaked. Yeah, we're very good now. Pitches outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Like if you were betting on the Mariners in parlays, you know, a couple weeks ago, you probably lost a lot, you know, but moving forward, you know, the Mariners are going to be a good bet more times than not. we definitely, took advantage of this trade deadline, getting Randy Arozarena, the biggest name in free agency, as well as Justin Turner. Pitches outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Okay, 1 more strike, Come on, baby, 1 more strike, smoke his ass. Like a Skip and Shannon cigar after an argument. Popped up, foul. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Come on, baby. You know what to do. Let's go, baby. Finish strong. It's over. Goodbye. Let's go. Final score, Seattle Mariners 10, Boston Red Sox 6. And I'll get some photos for DX before we go. We'll stay online for another 5 or 10 minutes to gain some photos. There we go, baby. What a comeback from that 14-7 ass whooping yesterday. There we go. Justin Turner getting in there with the dance. He's like, I don't know how to do it yet. Yeah, you'll get to practice that pretty often. Justin Turner was like, how do I do the leg movement? You could see he was like, do I do it like this? There we go. Yep, you'll get plenty of practice with that. And when the Mariners win, what do? We fucking dance. Mariners win! Mariners win! Mariners win! Fuck yeah. Good shit, man. Feels good to be on the winning side of the scoreboard with a 10-6 victory. Again, I'm not going to have ESPN be right all the time, but sometimes the writing is on the wall. And again, history tends to repeat itself. You just have to look for the signs. And again, if you can look for the signs and recognize them, again, you can do a lot of correct predicting, not only in baseball, but anything that I do. So there we go. I appreciate that. All right, no worries. No worries. Back in first, baby. Let's get some Caleb Williams photos up here. Hell yeah. And we got the Phillies, obviously on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so. What's going on with the photos? I'm trying to bring over some of these Caleb Williams photos, but for whatever reason, it's giving me some pushback. I don't know what the hell is going on here. I don't know if it's an error with one of these programs or something, but I'm confused. Let me see if I can just go to my USC file here. Let me see. Why is it doing this? I don't know what's going on, but it's like it's giving me pushback. This is weird. I don't know why it's doing this. Hold on. But it's like not letting me bring it over for some reason. I don't know what's going on. This is weird. I haven't seen it do anything like this before. Well, we might have to do something other than this for whatever reason. It's not formatting for me for whatever reason. I have no idea why it's giving me pushback. But it allowed me to bring up this one, but for whatever reason, the other ones are not able for me to. And I'm refreshing everything, but if you got someone else that you want me to be able to bring up, and maybe I can bring up some more Caleb's tomorrow. But that's weird. I don't know if I've ever had that happen. It's like once I select something and then I bring it over to my desktop, it's like not even like putting the image there for whatever reason. Weird. I've never seen it do this before. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Let's see if that'll work. Hopefully that will work. Hopefully this will work. Let's see. I don't know. It might be just the program itself. I don't know what's going on here. But it seems like anything that I'm trying to pull up it's giving me pushback. So. That might have something to do with like my my browser. All right, now they're coming through. Just really late. Like I said, I had them there, and then all of a sudden, I was like, what's going on? But I guess it took longer for them to format. There they go. But again, I had like Caleb after Caleb after. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? It's never done this like this. But I was going to say, where the hell are my Calebs, damn it? There they are. I was going crazy there for a second. I was tripping. Oh, that was the weirdest thing ever, man. There's the boy. I'm excited to see how the transition, I mean, there's going to be growing pains like there is for any quarterback, but at least it's going to give us a reason to watch the Bears and get excited for them. You know, again, unless you're a Chicago Bear fan, you know, already, but, you know, for the people that aren't, you know, it'll be interesting to see how it kind of all plays out. That's a cool one. Well, I appreciate you guys very, very much. Thank you guys for all the love and support. This was much better of a feeling than losing 14-7 yesterday when we were down 14-1. Final score, Seattle Mariners 10 and the Boston Red Sox 6. Feels good. And we got a game tomorrow at 1 o'clock Pacific, 1:10 Pacific, but I'll be live at 1. And we got George Kirby on the mound and against Brian Abello. So it'll be a tough matchup, but hopefully we can win and win 2 out of 3. Then we'll have the Mariner day off, but we will be doing the Bears and the Texans for the first game for preseason for the NFL on Thursday. And then we'll end up doing the Phillies game on Friday, SummerSlam, WWE on Saturday, and then the Phillies game on Sunday. So I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. And again, I'm going to keep grinding them out. I love you, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. And I got one question for you. Who you know talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Guys.